What's up, everybody? Welcome, everyone, to Roundtable Wrestling Radio for December 27, 2016. This is the Roundies edition of the show, celebrating everything that was the worst year of all time in general of 2016, but the best year. Best year in pro wrestling, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm Joey 924. With me, as always, from Queens, New York.
The one, the only, the Byron.
From Peach, Michigan.
Gotta have faith. It's Sean Lathrop.
From Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, may the force be with you, Carrie Fisher, Laura Phoenix.
And from the Bronx, from New York City.
Innocent, a.k.a. O.
People do not stop dropping all the way to the end.
Yup, even on holidays.
You know what's crazy? It's trying to take everybody, all the celebrities before that.
You know who's still standing, though? Betty motherfucking White.
Betty
She's
White.
A badass bitch.
Stan Lee. How the hell is Keith Richards still alive? I don't know.
Superstar Billy Graham. Yeah, I mean, what the hell?
Forget about that. How the hell?
I pointed this out to somebody. That man is the fucking Highlander.
Who?
No, forget about that. But how the
Keith
hell
Richards,
is?
the Highlander.
Yo, that's my hero, man. The
No,
guy
I think Superstar Billy Graham is the real MVP. He's been sick since '85, and he's just still alive.
Man, who, come on. How can you tell me the main guy in this fucking that's a celebrity is still alive? Is Magic Johnson? How the fuck is he still alive?
Because he had the money, he paid for the cure, and that's it, man. It's just he can't publicly say it. That's why.
That motherfucker's been sick since the '90s.
He got that cure, man.
Actually, he got sick in the 80s.
Okay, not
Look at
there. That's
him.
even longer.
No, it was the 90s that he came out in that age.
He came out, but he got sick in the 80s.
Yeah, he got that cure. He definitely did. Because he looks even more healthier than he did, when he was playing basketball.
He looks younger, too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he had that cure.
The basics, it's a blood cleansing.
But he's also Magic Johnson. I mean,
Magic Johnson is magical.
Yes, magically disappeared.
fucking man.
But just to look at this month,
Dude, that guy owns a lot of shit, dude.
just to look at this month, you had Ricky Harris, George Michael, the last week or two, I should say, Carrie Fisher, Craig Sager, and Zaza Gabor all passing away.
There was also a comedian that passed away yesterday too. I forgot his name.
Some black comedian, yeah, but I don't
Ricky
know.
Harris.
Oh, just a drummer.
I love Chris.
Yeah, Ricky Harris passed away, and George S. Irving, the guy who did the Heat Miser.
And also an actress from the movie Step Up as well. Channing Tatum.
Hold on, what part did he play in Everybody Hates Chris? Because I don't remember him when I saw his picture. Who was he? Was he a teacher or something?
I didn't know who he was either, by the way.
I was just hoping it wasn't Terry Crews, because that's my guy right there.
Nah, it wasn't.
When they say Everybody Hates Chris, I was like, no, can't be Terry Crews.
Before we get into the actual awards, I have to say, though, in all seriousness, though, this was the worst year of all time. Not only depths, but in terms of just the worldly events, it's the worst year of all time. Honestly, it really is. Like, movies suck. I said it. Movies sucked. Donald Trump got elected president. I mean, we are in a crazy fucking world.
The world mourned the death of a gorilla for 4 months.
I wouldn't say movie stuff.
Hey, everybody did.
Hey, Sean, stop saying racial terms.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
I mean, we did get Deadpool, so,
That's true. That's true. We did get Deadpool, but that was like in February.
We
And
did
then we
get
got
Superman.
yeah.
I mean, even, oddly enough, even the world's been complete crap. Wrestling's actually, as you mentioned in the beginning of the show, just after WrestleMania was fantastic.
That's never been. Best wrestling that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Honestly.
When? What are you talking about?
Right after
year?
WrestleMania, because that was perhaps one of the worst WrestleManias ever, especially with that main event.
Hey, we're talking about 2016.
Oh, okay.
That's
This WrestleMania, I remember it not being that great. I remember. Yeah, it was pretty boring. I remember that. Wow.
Not just boring, but like the crowd muting everybody in the main event even.
It wasn't 100,000 people worth WrestleMania. I mean, if you look at WrestleMania 3 with the 93,000, I mean, there's crowd participation throughout the entire night.
Oh
He
yeah.
went all the way to Hogan Andre.
Well,
So
But we got
And that was a great card too, man. Like not for nothing. 'Cause I remember I was watching it recently. My stepfather was like, "Come on, I don't want to see this old shit." And he really got into it. Like, this is a good,
no,
it's a good pay-per-view.
but in all seriousness, to sit there for 4.5 hours, which that event was, it's hard to get crowd participation all the way to the end.
I mean, this WrestleMania did too. It's just most of it was booze.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like in terms of a good way, like people actually wanting to see, the main event and Hogan and Andre. Back then that was a big fucking deal. A body slam was a big deal.
But at the same time, we got, that amazing women's match from WrestleMania where you had Charlotte and Sasha and Becky and in that triple threat match. And it was just
AJ Jericho as well that night. Some people, would say Undertaker Shane, but obviously the most people would say the spot. That's the only thing we'll remember from that.
Yeah,
is the spot.
Was bad.
Match was horrible. Match was horrible. If you go back and watch it, honestly, if you really go back and watch that match, you could just see the Undertaker at one point sitting on the stairs like, what am I doing here? Like, I've made enough money.
It took like 10 minutes for that spot to happen. It was ridiculous, man.
And good news, well, I don't know if it's good news, but there's rumors circulating that this may be his last WrestleMania, for the 5th year in a row.
Yeah, I hope it is because I think he's done enough. He's done enough. It's time.
You talking about Undertaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got to go. He already lied to us, said that he's going to be here for SmackDown every week, and still waiting. Survivor Series has passed. He has not even showed up not one time. So, yeah.
Well, he's injured. I know that.
He probably just changed his mind. He was like, what the hell did I just say, man? I can't go no more. He probably just disappeared.
He's been limping or some shit. I remember a surgery he had.
When he
so then what was the point of doing, I'm sorry, what was the point of doing that speech and then you're going to get surgery the next week?
I have no idea.
That's a good question.
I mean, come on.
That's probably what they gave him to say.
Hey, we know you're going to.
And then they read his doctor letter. They're like, "Oh shit, we made a mistake." Should have never said that.
Wait, how old are you? but during the Shane McMahon Undertaker, I was like, it's gotta, you want to go out where at least he could move. You know what I mean? And he could barely move during the Shane McMahon match. You don't want to embarrass yourself, and you really don't. You don't want to Undertaker the character to go out there and be to the point where it's like, where you're just like, oh man.
I don't know. That's the thing, man. I said this before. I think Taker just didn't gel with Shane. I think that's what it was, and I think it was they both slow.
But they fought before though in good matches.
Yeah, but remember, it's a totally different time now. They're both older, but I think Taker can go, but he has to go with somebody that.
Because he had a pretty damn good couple of matches with Brock.
Yeah, he had the one at WrestleMania wasn't really all that good. And remember the match with him and CM Punk was really CM Punk who did most of the work. He hasn't been really having great performances for the last couple of years, to be honest with you. I think the year before CM Punk was the last good performance he had, and I forgot who he fought. I don't know if it was Edge.
But what I'm saying is, I think it just depends on who he's gonna fight and who can really make him step it up. You get what I'm saying? Because Shane was not that guy. You saw Shane wasn't the same guy as he was back in the days either, because he was huffing and puffing in there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, we said this before. It's one thing to train like Goldberg is doing or Undertaker does sometimes. It's another thing to step in the ring and actually be in front of a crowd for 40 minutes. That's a different thing altogether.
Yeah, who told him let's make this match almost an hour or some shit like it?
Shane McMahon, as great as he was or is or whatever you want to call it, he wasn't the same guy. That's it. He wasn't. I mean, he did the spot. That was cool, but
he almost killed himself. Oh, you're talking about the cage match, all right?
And like I think Billy Graham is actually the one that said, "What the hell you did that for?"
Because it's the only thing he could have done to save that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Because let me tell you something. If he did not jump off the top of that cage, that match would have been so forgettable. Nobody would remember that match.
If this is supposedly the last year for Taker, please let it be Sting that's facing him, man. Please.
It's probably going to be John Cena, the way things keep talking.
Don't sue me.
Yeah, if you saw tonight when John Cena came out there, everybody chanted Undertaker. So it looks like everybody else knows about it too.
Yeah.
Retarded. You're gonna fuck it up and you're gonna put that in Vince's head, man. Shit.
What they?
Yeah, they kind of planned it already.
Yeah.
I know the rumors about them. You know, that's the match that they want at Mania. But the people, I wish people would not do that because if they start reversing it and start saying Sting, not Cena, you know, something like that, it would probably change.
I don't think so, man. I think WWE did such a good job of fucking that up. Honestly, I really do.
Oh yeah, it's over. I don't think nobody cares about this Sting and Undertaker match no more.
And that's a good phrase right there. Nobody cares because WWE made Sting look like he was just a regular guy.
But if Undertaker's
look at a TNA guy.
But if Undertaker's in the ring and you hear that crow call, the crowd's going to lose their shit no matter what.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
They will, but as of right now, are they talking about it? No. You know, remember back in the days, people was flooding the internet with this. Nobody's really caring no more.
That's the thing. Nobody's expecting it anymore, right? What if it happens because of that reason?
That's good. That would be a good thing. That would be a good thing.
But you gotta understand something. When are they gonna do? They can't do this WrestleMania after. I mean, the guy's already Sting's about 50-something years older. He's gonna be a year older.
But in all seriousness, in wrestling, I don't think age matters anymore. I think if you could go, you could go. I don't think it matters.
As long as you're healthy.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, but
I thought for a 50-something-year-old guy, he hung with Seth Rollins. You know, like he hung in there with Seth Rollins. So I don't think.
Yeah, but now he has a real messed up neck now. You know.
Well, that's because of Seth Rollins.
I think what we need to do is bow our heads and pray that Cena gets hurt before Mania.
Oh damn, that's harsh.
But I don't know if you saw it, Byron. Did you see Cena come out and cut the promo?
No, I missed it.
He cut a good promo. He kind of cut a heelish promo.
Dude.
Yeah, a little bit. I like what he said. He said all the rumors about me leaving is bullshit, and he's like, I'm going after the title. If anybody doesn't like that, that's what's gonna happen. Why? Because I'm John Cena. I was like, a little bit of attitude. I was like, okay. You know why? Because when he mentioned AJ, the crowd went apeshit.
Yeah, and they're already planting. It looked like the face turn for AJ. You see how he shakes John Cena's hand, and him and Dolph Ziggler was both working together. It seems like AJ will be turning face sooner than later.
Favorite parts.
That was a good match, man. That was a really good match. They laid
Corbin out on the table, and they both hopped up on the barricade on the side, and they both looked at each other, shrugged, and just jumped.
I'm expecting. So you're saying I should be expecting a AJ Styles babyface turn before Mania?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I have a strange feeling it's gonna be a reverse. It's gonna be him turning face and Dolph turning heel, because the crowd shitted on Dolph, man, when they said his name today. So
which was bullshit considering how what Dolph did tonight.
I agree, and
you know what's weird? I was in Madison Square Garden last night, and Dolph Ziggler was pretty over.
Today he wasn't. Today they booed the shit out of him.
I'll tell you one thing, man. Being there live, Rhino was hugely over, and of course the most over was AJ Styles.
Oh, of course, Rhino's always over.
That's the first time you've seen him in person, right?
No, I was there the first night that he was there.
Okay.
But when he came out, man, oh my God, like you could feel it in the arena when he comes out. And John Cena returned last night. So let me tell you something. They had a triple threat match with Ambrose, Cena, and AJ. And for a guy, let's keep in mind that AJ's semi-hurt. For a guy that's semi-hurt, he still wrestles better than 90% of the fucking roster.
Yeah.
They went like 40 minutes last night. And then they fly to Chicago tonight. Like I'm just like, AJ is just off the charts this year. By the way, the year of AJ Styles, without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, of course, definitely.
And every time AJ does well or holds the belt up high or whatever, that must sting Dixie Carter to hell.
I don't think so.
I absolutely think so.
I do.
I absolutely.
And I'm sorry, but
so.
she fucking has it coming.
Mm-hmm.
I do also, because there's no fucking way. There's no way she's not gonna feel. She had him in her company, and she pretty much didn't give him what he wanted, which was a little bit more money to stay.
And a little bit more respect.
And a little bit more respect, but I honestly still believe to that this guy was not really too happy about the way he was treated. Period. And a lot of things that was going on there.
Probably.
And he was there since day one. Remember that shit.
And look at this. One year in the WWE, he got treated better than maybe 3 years in TNA. You know, the last 3 years of his career in TNA, he's treated better in WWE. And we're talking about not only a TNA guy going to WWE, but the TNA guy going to WWE and ruling WWE. Like that's never been done.
And thank God he was received well by the fucking fans, and he was treated well, because other guys probably wouldn't have made it.
That's true.
He made it.
But he's so, he just elevated. We knew wrestling wise he was there, but he elevated in every other aspect: attitude, promo.
You know what? I think the moment.
But I mean, in an overall aspect though, AJ was like the guy this year, because I mean, he had his last match in New Japan before he went to the WWE. He did Wrestle Kingdom, and then he literally next week was at Royal Rumble, and just overall he just had a terrific year.
The best year.
I stand by Rolling Stones. I think he's literally the wrestler of the year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
By far. I don't think anybody can touch AJ right now. In every aspect. I mean, he has to be on top of everyone's list.
I think, to be honest with you, I think once he became a heel is when he really shined, man. Like, that was his moment of that he shined. I think he came in, it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was all good. Everybody still loved him and everything. But when he turned heel, he just went out there. He looked more comfortable. He was on that mic all the time. He was getting it in with the fans. Perfect fucking heel, man.
Yeah. Really good stuff.
So perfect, man.
That was the night that everybody thought he was a good guy and that he had abandoned the club, and then he rejoined the club and jumped Cena, and that was the night, by the way, that Cena and AJ were in the ring at the same time for the first time, and the crowd gave like a 10-minute ovation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they couldn't stop. It was like a Rock and Hogan.
For two guys of today to do that was pretty incredible.
TNA guy against the WWE guy. Pretty much still, no matter how you put it.
I still say AJ's a world guy, not just a TNA guy, because I mean, he was in New Japan for about 2 years before coming. He was in WCW before being in TNA.
I remember we had the discussion about the same thing, but I still say that
he's a TNA.
He was mostly known for a TNA guy. He was there for so long. Dude.
And again, not just a TNA guy, the TNA guy.
Yeah, he was there for. Remember, he went to New Japan for what was it, a year?
2 years, like I just said.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. But remember, how long was he in TNA for? Years.
Almost the entire duration?
I think he was in TNA for about 10 years, Ring of Honor in total 6, WCW about 1 or 2 years, and New Japan
let me put
2
it,
years.
I'll put it like this, Sean. I'll put it like this. If this guy that plays Walter White does another television show, he'll Walter White. He'll always be the guy from Breaking Bad, no matter what.
And he'll always be Malcolm's dad. I'm sorry, I still see that with him.
That's where I can't watch Breaking Bad with a fucking straight face.
I agree, but Breaking Bad surpassed. He's still going to be Walter White. That's the first thing people will say about him. So
it depends if he has hair.
AJ could go to Mexico, Japan. He's a TNA guy.
The reason I say the ROH thing to me wasn't really it wasn't televised everywhere. So anything he did on ROH, it wasn't really out there as much as if he was on TNA. When he was in TNA, it was televised everywhere. Mm-hmm. Maybe not all over, but wherever they were still televised.
Yeah, because I don't even think TNA is televised now all over.
Yeah.
Or they've had they've had definitely a disadvantage, but for the little disadvantage that they've had, people know who TNA is. Let's not be stupid, because wrestling fans know what TNA is. They know. You might joke about it or whatever, but people know what TNA is. So let's get started with the awards, or we have something else to talk about.
I just want to mention one more thing, because they were in Chicago tonight and yesterday for SmackDown and Raw. And this freaking shade Stephanie McMahon said last night on Raw.
What did she say?
The crowd chanting.
It was.
Oh yes.
I was in Madison Square Gardens.
Laura, go ahead.
Oh God, you have to. Frack. Let me look it up. Hang on a second.
All right, I'll say it then.
I remember it.
The crowd
Yeah,
opening segment. Stephanie McMahon's in the ring. Crowd's taking over. CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, and she says, and I'm trying to get this as close as I can. If you guys chant that for 2 minutes and 15 seconds, you'll last longer than CM Punk did in the UFC.
Oh, really?
And the entire crowd went, oh, shit.
Wow. She actually said that on the mic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she
I don't
did.
think she said UFC,
Yeah,
but I think you know what she meant.
She didn't say that part, but she's like, you had last longer than Punk did. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is basically, UFC, but still. That's major shade. That only tells me the two things. Either they done trying to get him back, or maybe he's talking to them. Who knows?
When that first happened, Byron said that WWE had to love that the most because they were going to use it somewhere down the road. And
of course they were.
They wanted to. They've been holding that. They've been holding that, man. They've been holding that in the bag.
Oh, yeah. Perfect timing too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna mention how Brock got beat up by Alistair Overeem. Or they're gonna mention that though.
Or the fact that Dana White said his UFC career is over.
Well, he didn't say it was
most
over.
likely.
He didn't say it was over. He said most likely. Yeah,
you know it's over. It's over. It's over, bro.
I believe
because
it's over
the fact
because
that
of his age, and on top of that, he's still under contract. So I don't. And on top of that, this whole steroid thing or whatever the hell.
I'm a firm believer. I really think that Brock Lesnar cannot go to UFC without steroids. Like I really do believe that. Like I think he probably thinks that he won't perform as good. And right now, at the position the UFC is in, with all this, USADA testing and all that random testing, they're gonna keep busting him. So there's really no point to keep embarrassing himself like that.
That's really like a real letdown too, in a way. It's like finding out Barry Bonds, didn't really hit those home runs.
But I'm a type of person. I don't care if you're on steroids. Just give me entertaining fights, man. But
I forgot who said it. Honestly, Kevin Hart said the same thing. Like, who cares if you're doing something? Who wouldn't? He was like, if you tell me that I can take something and I'm going to be good at the sport that I'm playing, I'm going to take it. Like, of course I'm going to take it. I can hit 60 home runs.
Listen, imagine if Batista would have debuted as a cruiserweight with no steroids. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it won't sound right. Like, like Batista he's Batista because of the roids, man.
I don't know if you saw the trailer for Guardians, but man, is he jacked. Holy ball.
To see that.
Yeah.
Listen, Batista never falls off. He might lose a little weight, but he's definitely in shape.
Let's not forget
Maybe not as big, but he's in.
Let's not forget about our little buddy, let's not forget about little buddy Ryback either. Mr. Innocent over there. Ryback. There's a reason why he's the big guy.
Oh yeah.
So guys, let's do this because we got to get into this.
All right, we're gonna get into this. We're
gonna get deep inside.
Deeper than any man's ever been is what we're gonna do.
Hey now.
By the way, wait.
Deeper than any woman's ever been there.
Before we start, in all seriousness, Carrie Fisher, that was pretty major.
Yeah.
That was pretty major. And I just want to
but didn't she suffer like a stroke or something a week before this?
Christmas Eve, she suffered a heart attack on a plane. Yeah.
And by the way, she already filmed the next Star Wars, so she's in the next Star Wars for sure.
Wow. Wait a minute, I heard. Wait. So she was in this. She was in this Star Wars. I heard.
Yeah.
That they just put out. So she already filmed the one from the next one you told me.
Yeah. She already filmed the next.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine not a single dry eye will be in the next Star Wars movie.
No. And I heard, by the way, speaking about great movies, I've heard nothing but like incredible stuff about Star Wars.
Yeah,
the new one that came out.
They say if you're not even a Star Wars fan, this is the movie to go see.
They say, somebody was like singing the praises out of it. Like they couldn't believe how good it was. They didn't expect it. Like
everybody gave it 30 views.
Yeah, really good reviews, and it broke all kinds of records too. That's a brand that you just cannot stop.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Star Wars is I'm not even a Star Wars fan, but
this motherfucker got like a fucking like ranch and like living like a king, you know, because he made Chewbacca. Like that's fucking insane. And back then, everybody was like, "What is this stupid bullshit?" You know, like, and now not so stupid. Everybody dresses like that. I mean, now a whole generation, a new generation, is going to grow up with these Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's some crazy shit. That's great. Batman versus Superman should have took a nice cue from those movies.
I always thought Star Wars was boring, really, but yeah, I wasn't a big Star Wars fan.
The original movies were good. I don't know about the new ones because I know a lot of them sucked.
Episode 7 was awesome.
But
let me say this: the prequels, not that big of a fan of them. I'm an '80s kid, so I grew up watching the first 3. My dad was a huge Star Wars fan, loved it. I sat through all of them. In fact, today after I got the news, I actually came out here to my living room, watched all 3 of them. Boom, boom, boom. Lit up right into SmackDown.
I might be one of the only people on Earth that liked the Phantom Menace, which is the prequel. I love the Phantom Menace. I love Darth Maul. I love the lightsaber they had.
Yeah.
I liked it, but
I think that's the only thing that everybody liked.
That was the first ever Jedi triple threat match.
I think that's the only thing that people liked about it, though. Is just Darth Maul and the fight. Other than that, I don't think the movie was all
and the pod person.
But that fight was worth it, though. I was there in the theater. It was just like amazing, that fight. Mm-hmm. When Darth Maul pulled out his lightsaber, man, that was some crazy shit.
But these new ones, the Force Awakens, and I haven't seen Rogue One yet, but
Awakens was awesome.
I do want to see it. I do want to see Rogue One, and I loved Phantom. Not Phantom, but I loved Force Awakens, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's next.
I'm probably going to see the new one just because I'm convinced.
No, listen, I haven't heard one bad review, and I watch a lot of these reviews on YouTube and real hardcore fans that review movies.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. They would tear the shit out of it if it sucked. I haven't seen anybody tear the shit out of it. No. Everybody said it's really good. Everybody needs to go watch it. So I'm pretty sure 100% it's a good movie.
Not only that, but we haven't had one of these kind of movies in a while because the movies have been really sucky the last couple of months, man. Really sucky.
It's been sucky for the past couple of years.
That's true. Well, I mean, everybody thought that, the big. I would say the biggest disappointment of the year is definitely Batman vs Superman.
God, yeah.
Yeah. But what's crazy is also that whenever they decide to make a movie out of a game into a movie, it always sucks. And a perfect example is Assassin's Creed.
Oh my God.
I never watched it yet.
That guy just destroyed.
But everybody said it sucked.
I told you. I knew it. I knew when I saw the date. I was like, anything released next to Star Wars. I mean, who would do that?
But it sucked.
It got destroyed. And the thing is, Michael Fassbender is a good, really good actor. I don't know what he was thinking. that honestly, that's the kind of thing that could hurt his career. In all seriousness, because he just did Steve Jobs. He's fucking Magneto. By the way, speaking of that, real quick before we get into this, I don't know if you saw the new Wolverine trailer. But that shit, the last Wolverine, oh my God, that shit looks so good.
I'm going broke next year with movies, with Wolverine, Black Panther, the new Guardians movies. Oh man.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming out, man. A lot of good stuff.
Well, it's not even called Batman vs Superman anymore.
Wonder Woman and Justice League's coming out next year. I'm
not that excited. I'm not that excited
either.
The Wonder Woman movie does look pretty good, though.
It looks okay.
DC has been consistently disappointing, and I don't give a shit anymore.
Exactly.
I like her a lot, dude. She's fucking sexy.
That's not just because you're attractive isn't enough for me to see a crappy movie. That's the reason Transformers got rid of Megan Fox.
And they're exactly. I love Megan Fox, but I wouldn't go see a movie that she's in. I wouldn't pay.
No, but I think it. Besides her sexiness, I'm just saying it looks pretty good. I don't think it looks bad. The Justice League thing. What I don't like that they did from what I saw in the trailer is that they made it more because a lot of people were complaining about the Batman vs Superman being really dark and not funny at all. Like there was nothing funny. So supposedly they went and did this one a little bit more funnier, more light, more like it's more like a Marvel type. I'm like, no, don't overdo it.
I tell you what was funny about Batman vs Superman, Lex Luthor's performance. that was hilarious.
I was really bad.
All right.
I was watching it again the other day. I was just like, oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. No.
Well, just to say one more thing. No, actually, we're going to go straight into the Roundies. This is the 2016 edition of the Roundy Awards, sponsored by some guy who's eating popcorn at home or something. So this year, we're going to be starting off the Roundies with the Tag Team of the Year. This has been a tough category around these 5 particular teams. We have the New Day, the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions of all time. The Young Bucks, who are the PWG, New Japan Pro Wrestling Junior Heavyweight, and the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. The Revival, the former NXT and only 2-time NXT Tag Team Champions. The Broken Hardys, the return of the TNA Tag Team Champion, the Hardy Boys. And American Alpha, your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
All right, so Laura, you go first. Tag Team of the Year.
Ooh.
I'm going to have to go with the New Day.
Okay. Good choice. Oh?
I was fucking contemplating New Day or the Revival, but I definitely got to say New Day for sure.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. Byron?
I was constipated. I'm going to say... Even though I wasn't enjoying anything they did, but they were the Tag Team of the Year, if you really think about it. They held that fucking title for so long. Nobody beat them, so...
That's true.
You have to give it to them. You have to.
Why did you have to say that? Because I was going to go with the Revival, just because I feel like they're the best pure tag team.
But as a career in 1 year, not like the best wrestlers. Because yes, we all know the Revival blew them out the box, but as far as accomplishments, definitely.
You're right. The New Day, the New Day.
So, it looks like Joey's voting Revival, but still, yeah.
I'm going New Day.
Oh, you're going New Day now.
Yeah, I have to. I mean, it's true.
I'm going to go outside the box. Doesn't matter. New Day is your new Tag Team of the Year, according to us. But yes. I'm going to vote for the Young Bucks. They're holding every major title in the independents right now. That's how crazy it is they're doing. But
I do love the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
I love the Bucks, but it's getting oversaturated now a bit with them.
Yeah. To hold the titles the way the New Day did and what they did this year, they have to be the best tag team.
Our next award is the What the Hell Happened to That Guy award. This is the award where somebody was high or in a good position at the beginning of the year, and they just wonder what the hell happened at the end of the year. And your nominees are Apollo Crews, Kalisto, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Zack Ryder, and Sami Zayn. What the hell happened?
Man. That's a good list.
There's a lot of them.
Wow. Hold on. Where's the option of all the above? Because that's exactly what I'm going to pick.
No, you have to pick one.
Damn.
I'm gonna go first this time. I'm gonna say Sami Zayn because he had the most potential out of that list.
Oh man.
Wait,
I would have said Apollo Crews because that's another guy where I saw him last night and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened because that guy is amazing in the ring. I mean, truly amazing.
Did you put in this chick? What's her name? Bailey?
No.
She hasn't dropped really.
There was too many people.
Yeah, these people dropped harder than Bailey.
Before anything, I'm sorry. Before I continue this shit, I have to say this because I don't know if we're gonna talk about Raw or not. But why was I not into that match last night with Bailey and Charlotte? Like I just didn't even want to watch.
Because the minute Dana Brooke came out, you knew it was gonna be a fucking screw job.
No, because it was Bailey. That's why it was Bailey.
I didn't get into it. As soon as Bailey was announced that she was going to fight, I was like...
Wait a minute. Bailey wrestled Charlotte last night?
Charlotte,
yeah.
Yes, it did.
Why?
And they had Dana Brooke on the outside as an enforcer, and you knew damn well it was going to be a fucking screw job.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all, man.
Let me tell you something. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Also, if you notice, the fans weren't even into it either. They were not into it at all.
And that was Chicago?
Yeah, and it was Chicago. I would have. I think they were cheering. I think towards the end. I think because it was almost over, but I don't think it like Bailey doesn't have that star power that Sasha.
Really?
I don't know. But the thing is, last week they were very into Bailey.
Yeah, like WWE's been praising Bailey that how she cross platforms more than any other superstar. Like young girls and male adults love Bailey.
Wait. Before we get off on this, we have to go with the awards because we're running out of time.
I just want to say
what the hell happened? I'm going with Sami Zayn. Laura?
Kalisto.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Byron?
Kalisto. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
One of those guys.
He's still over Sami Zayn?
No,
because Sami Zayn's still in the mix, though. You know.
Yeah.
In a way, so you know, it gotta be Kalisto. Kalisto was known that you know he was supposed to be the new Rey Mysterio. He was the U.S. champion. He beat Ryback, and look what happened.
Oh, by the way, last night in the Garden, Kalisto, guess what he did?
Lost.
Well, yeah, but no, but he did the 619.
Get the hell out of here! Oh,
yeah,
wow.
he's been doing that shit in matches lately on TV.
Everybody was like, "Oh!" Literally, that's the reaction that they had. Oh, like everybody was like, "Oh, here comes the full Monty with Kalisto."
Wait, Sean, you have to do me a favor. Can you name them real quick again?
The nominees are Apollo Crews, Kalisto, Gallows and Anderson, Zack Ryder, and Sami Zayn.
Oh man, I forgot about
Gallows and Anderson.
I forgot about. I'm sorry, I forgot about Gallows and Anderson. I'm going with Gallows and Anderson.
I was gonna go with them, but they came off the back kind of being a dud. You know, it's like Kalisto was, like I said, he beat Ryback. He was the U.S. champion. You know, he's supposed to be the new Rey Mysterio, and look what happens. You know, what happened to him.
That is a good point. But I'm gonna go with Gallows and Anderson because when they came in, we were supposed to be like,
they were supposed to be the biggest thing, man.
Yeah,
and
they were supposed to be big.
They were just, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Exactly.
But honestly, they still getting TV time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like Kalisto's barely getting it.
But they're not what they are supposed to be.
No, definitely not. No.
They definitely dropped from what they were last year. A lot.
Way dropped.
They dropped the first month, man. Honestly, the first month. Like, it wasn't even like they supposed to say they had no streak. You know.
Right now.
None at all.
Right now we've got a tie with Kalisto and Gallows and Anderson for what the hell happened, and I'm breaking the tie. And I'm saying Kalisto dropped harder. There was no one that had more potential. And the guy beat Alberto Del Rio for the United States title in his first match of the year. That's true. Then he just dropped from there, man. Kalisto.
I mean, that's a really good list, though. That's a really good list.
It really is.
Yeah, it is.
It shows you how much they fucked up.
Yeah, for real.
So I still say, honorable mention Apollo Crews, man, because that guy has potential. That guy
also him, and I agree with you, Joey. He's another guy that I don't know. They had high hopes for this guy. And
I saw him into the last night. Main roster. He was amazing. He was amazing last night.
Just some other.
I'm telling you, a lot of the guys cannot do it on the main roster.
But you know what? Kenny Omega, I put this on the group page, and a lot of people started commenting it. Kenny Omega said it best. There's only so much time for everybody. You cannot push everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the hard part. They're signing everybody, but who they're gonna push all at the same time? You know, like, hey, let's get this guy, let's get that guy, let's get this guy. Or now what do we do?
Just to really mention the other honorable mentions Joey and I were debating about earlier was Paige and Alberto Del Rio, or El Patron. Those were like I
told Sean, we know what happened. Love. Love and drugs.
Yeah. But since we found out what the hell happened and how they fucked up, how about the guys that just made a huge comeback? This is your comeback of the year for 2016. Your nominees. Shane McMahon, Chris Jericho, Matt Hardy, The Miz,
that's an easy one,
and Goldberg.
I'm gonna have to go with out of that list. I have to go with Matt Hardy.
What was the? Can you say it again, please? I was doing something.
The comeback of the year nominees are Shane McMahon, Chris Jericho, Matt Hardy, The Miz, and Goldberg.
Ooh, wow.
It's a tough list.
It is.
You know, I'm sorry, man, but I really, I don't know, Chris Jericho or Matt Hardy, man. Damn, that's hard. I would have said Goldberg, but damn, I don't know. That's a hard list, man. Let me go last. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't been around, so you know what? To be honest with you, I'm gonna pick Matt Hardy. I have to pick Matt Hardy because his career was just in the dumps before that gimmick came. So yeah.
Yeah, Laura.
As much as I want to say Matt, because I mean what he's done is created something new for wrestling. I can't. I have to go with who I consider to be the top heel on the Raw brand right now, and that's Chris Jericho.
Oh shit! No, never mind.
Wait, who are you going with, Byron?
I'm gonna go with the Miz.
And that's actually a damn good pick too.
Yeah,
the Miz
I was actually telling you about that.
Yeah, the Miz has been out for so long, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, one promo made him his biggest heel, and now he's on top of the world.
And not only that, but like I told Sean, he made the Intercontinental title important.
Yeah.
But you have to understand something though. Matt Hardy created all this buzz, and he's not even in WWE. He had WWE fans saying delete and all that. That's why I really feel like he's the guy.
Exactly. I agree with all 100%. I agree with all 100%.
Like for my vote, I'm going with Matt Hardy too. Matt Hardy wins your comeback of the year because of the fact that nobody was talking about nobody was talking about Matt Hardy, even in the beginning of the year, and now he's the most over thing in professional wrestling almost.
He's making shows. He has turned TNA his show.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Matt Hardy, TNA would probably go under right now.
I'm not saying that it's good. I'm just saying that what Matt Hardy has done is quite impressive. It's a fucking impressive thing to do.
Yeah.
Especially when, nobody's on the island that TNA is on, and yet people know because of Matt Hardy. Yeah. Let's be real.
It's true. Getting away from professional wrestling a little bit, we're going to go into some of the media awards. And this is your TV show of the year, the show that you just had to watch every week. You got Better Call Saul, Gotham, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, and Ash vs. Evil Dead. What was the best show?
I don't watch any of these.
I don't watch TV like that.
I don't even watch.
Okay, so Joey's picking. Okay.
Absolutely, 100% The Walking Dead. No other show on television gets talked about more than The Walking Dead.
Yeah, and as soon as the whole world is upside down.
And by the way, it's also the most watched show on television.
Oh, that's debatable.
No, it's not actually fact. It's actually fact.
Yeah, that's legit, Sean.
Yeah, it is fact.
Yeah, but facts aren't true. They're just thoughts. Okay.
Okay, Donald Trump.
That's all. I was going to say, Jesus Christ, can we throw something at him? Please?
You know, Donald Trump actually said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's our president.
Okay, so it looks like TV show of the year is Walking Dead because none of us watch TV, I guess, except Joey.
Fucking like 17 million viewers a week for today's world.
I was going to say, I don't watch Walking Dead, but I know what's going on with Walking Dead because I got all these friends that watch Walking Dead.
I couldn't tell you anything that's going on Walking Dead.
We sit every week and watch that. We don't wait. We sit every week, and 17 other million people do that. It's the only show that does that.
The only show on this list I really watch religiously is Gotham. The rest, not as much.
Yeah. But honorable mention, Evil Dead versus Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good show. Show.
Starting up on that series soon.
Yeah, I actually got my dad the first season because he was an Evil Dead head.
So getting into some more professional wrestling, we got the spot of the year. The moment that made you shit your pants and thought somebody died. You got Shane McMahon killing himself at WrestleMania 32. Sami Zayn's
him walking down.
Sami Zayn's Michinoku driver on Kevin Owens on the side of a ladder at Money in the Bank. Kenny Omega powerbombing Tetsuya Naito out of the ring over the barricade to the crowd. Charlotte's moonsault off the announce table at a Monday Night Raw match against Sasha Banks. And Styles' 450 splash to the outside at TLC.
That's another hard list, man. Because
but there's two.
I got
there's
two.
There's two that you should have put.
What?
You should have put Shane. Shane almost dying when Roman Reigns speared him in the air, and this guy Enzo Amore almost dying, breaking his neck in the bottom.
You know what? You know, we actually talked about that. The reason we didn't put that on the list is because those were legit things. We don't put legit things.
Okay. All right.
Those two things are legit. Shane McMahon actually got concussed, and obviously we know what happened to Enzo. So these are just spots in a match that, you know.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard because the Michinoku driver by Sammy was one of the most devastating things in WWE in recent memory. But I'm going to personally go with AJ's 450 splash to Dean Ambrose on the outside because that was just insane to me. Also, very, very close was Charlotte and her moonsault. That was really tough. But go ahead, Laura.
God, the Michinoku driver from Sammy to Kevin at Money in the Bank is probably the top bit. The honorable mention for me has to be Omega freaking powerbombing Naito.
Yeah.
There at G1 Climax. That was some sick fucking shit.
The fact that Omega followed up by jumping from the turnbuckle to the outside and pretty much landing on the floor didn't help much with that one. But honestly, with that Owens Michinoku, I still feel it in my spine when I think about it. That's how bad it looked. So I'm going with that one as well. Zayn's Michinoku driver.
Yeah, the Michinoku driver. I actually forgot about that shit until he mentioned it. I remember how devastating it looked. So yeah, definitely the Michinoku driver.
Byron?
I'm gonna go with the AJ because that was just so recent. So it's like, so I'm gonna go with the AJ 360.
So the winner is the Michinoku driver.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yay! Sorry.
I'm surprised that nobody says Shane because you didn't like the match, but that was a pretty devastating spot.
Yeah, but nobody said, "Oh my God, I think he's dead." You know, it was pretty obvious that he did.
We thought that he was dead.
There's a match, independence match that somebody put up online, and some guy did like a moonsault and landed straight on his head. It just looked really bad and stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
Dude, it was bad. I would say that one. If you did pick that one, if you did put that in the category, I would have said that shit.
But you know what this is? Also, the spot has to be against someone. It can't be that you fall. You know what I mean? It can't be a spot where you just fall on your head, or that's why we took Enzo out, and that's why we took Shane out. It has to be a spot landed on someone.
Well, I'm gonna say AJ. I'm just gonna say AJ because AJ was
I think that was the spot that AJ got hurt.
It was. That was the where he fucked up his ankle, I think.
I think AJ injures himself all the time. It just happens that he's so damn good, it doesn't matter.
Let me tell you something. He wrestled last night in a 45-minute match, flew to Chicago tonight, and wrestled another triple threat match. That's WWE champion.
There was rumors that he had like a neck injury, and then went into a match with Jay Lethal at Final Battle, then against Nakamura, and then into the Royal Rumble. Holy crap!
AJ is one of those guys where I think he outperforms everybody on the roster, and he does a lot of crazy shit that would hurt another wrestler like that. Like if they were to perform it, they would probably get injured right away.
Yeah.
So all these fucking crazy moves that he's barely injured, which is fucking crazy. That only shows you how good this guy is.
Not only that, but when he does these moves, he lands them perfectly. His 450s land perfectly. His forearm lands perfectly.
You know, since we're talking about
paralyze somebody.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about AJ Styles being such
that wasn't in 2016.
Yeah, he almost killed James Ellsworth.
He saved him
twice.
Speaking of how cool AJ Styles is.
By the way, if AJ would have killed Ellsworth, that would have been my favorite moment of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Since we're talking about how cool AJ Styles is, we're going into the coolest moment of the year. And this was a tough one to break it down, too. But here are your nominees for coolest moment.
Very tough.
AJ Styles' debut at the Royal Rumble. The night after WrestleMania, the women's wrestling chant. AJ Styles and John Cena's first ever face-off on Monday Night Raw. All Shield members were the champion at one night in Money in the Bank. and Goldberg's return on Monday Night Raw?
It's the two AJ things that I'm kind of stuck in between those.
I feel
this is hard. This is a hard one, man.
What was the category again? I heard all the numbers.
Coolest moment.
The coolest moment.
I'm going for Goldberg. I don't know. That's just me anyway.
Yeah, I have to. I hate to say this because I love AJ, even though the Cena thing was awesome. But Goldberg coming back and the way he was received and the fact that he came out with the original theme song and all that to me was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
I hate to disagree with you guys because to me, I know it's going to seem like, oh, well, it's typical. She's a fucking woman. It's not the case for me at all.
Oh,
but
God. Bailey?
The women's wrestling chant. No.
That was cool.
You guys got to think about this for a second. That women's wrestling chant. How many people were sitting and watching that and seeing that and hoping for something like that? Because I'm sorry, I was in fucking tears.
Yeah.
Me too. I was in tears too.
Yeah, I was crying.
The only
was that the same thing where Charlotte was trying to cut a promo and everybody.
Yeah, that's the only thing that ruins that moment is the fact the crowd wanted to chant Bailey over and over, and then when it's like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna go heel. That's when the crowd started realizing, wait a minute, this is massive, and started chanting women's wrestling. The crowd pissed me off so much with that. But
I already forgot about that, honestly.
But that was a cool moment.
It was great. The crowd was amazing and terrible at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
If it wasn't for the fact they weren't terrible in the beginning.
Yeah, a lot of our moments have to do with the fans just completely hijacking the show.
Yeah. Well, except for
But that's why I'm saying Goldberg, because it was a cool moment that he came back and the fans were there with him.
Well,
I thought there was a slight chance that there was be boos or whatever, or maybe people not knowing, but everybody in that crowd was in unison with Goldberg. I thought it was the coolest thing for a comeback.
The only thing with the Goldberg one compared to one I think's the winner, we knew Goldberg was happening the week before. Hell, even weeks before. Cena and Styles. Cena's in the ring and Styles just walks out. Crowd immediately goes apeshit. We didn't know that was going to happen. And we didn't know the crowd was going to react like that, saying, let's go Cena, AJ Styles. Even Cena said the next week, granted, CM Punk was on this too, that's only happened one time before with him, and that was with The Rock.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
I can't go beyond that. I'm going with Styles Cena face-off on Raw.
That's true. Byron?
I'm going to go with AJ's debut. I would have said that one too, Sean, but I'm going to say with AJ because that was a moment. Everybody's been dying to see this guy, and he actually entered a Royal Rumble, and he was in the ring face-off with a WWE guy. That's a moment right there that you can't.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't really top. You can't really top that shit.
And that's the way I look at it. And it was in Orlando.
Yeah.
And he was with the guy. Well, at least at the time, he was in there with the guy, which was Roman Reigns.
Exactly.
The future guy.
That was and listen, he debuted at a Rumble, and he was what, number 3?
Exactly.
I think it was, or something like that.
Three or four.
That's a big deal.
Three.
Like,
that's
a big deal.
I mean, you're saying about the guy.
No matter, even if they would.
You were saying the man they wanted to be the guy with Roman. Cena was the guy. That's
right. No, I know. I'm just saying at the time they Roman was being pushed. Yeah.
But the winner for coolest moment is Goldberg's return by majority rule. Even though it's a split, huge split.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean
that was taking place.
That was a tough one, man. But I have to go Goldberg. And I love AJ, but
and since we're
talking,
that
was his man.
And since we were saying Goldberg's return,
just his debut alone was that's a big deal, man.
Since we were just talking about Goldberg's return,
it's also a big deal because it changed everything.
Exactly, that's also true. Huh?
Well, you could say the same thing about Cena Styles too. I mean, if the crowd didn't react,
that's just where it started. The debut is what started the whole change.
Yeah.
Chain gang here.
So Goldberg's return was the coolest moment. What about the promo of the year? What he said. Your promo of the year nominees at Evolve, EC3 and Drew Galloway are survivors. From the WWE, Miz isn't a coward. You're a coward on Talking Smack. Excuse me. WWE also, Lesnar doesn't give a shit about Heath Slater's kids. Goldberg's promo when he returned to the WWE, or Daniel Bryan's retirement speech.
Man.
You sure that there wasn't better ones than these that you just said?
Trust me, we racked our brains.
The Dean Ambrose one. Dean Ambrose had a good promos this year. I mean, there was one where he was talking about how he was
you should have added the Miz telling Renee Young about sleeping with Dean Ambrose. That would have been good too.
Okay,
yeah, but that's not an entire.
Yeah, but a promo. I think there was a promo with AJ Styles and John Cena, and they were going back and forth. I think there was a promo like that.
Yeah, I remember the promo. Yeah.
But
go ahead.
I'm gonna say Danny Bryan's retirement.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan's retirement.
I'm gonna say the Miz and Daniel Bryan on Smack Talk.
That's what I'm gonna say. No, he said it was.
Oh, was it?
Didn't you say that was it?
Don?
What was that?
Don, you said Talking Smack, right?
Yeah, Talking Smack. Miz isn't
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Because I'm saying the same thing.
Not on the list.
That's.
Oh, I didn't know that was on the list, and I'm going with that.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
Joey's also going with that. Okay.
A lot of people did not know. Remember, if it was real or not, it looked so fucking real. People were just into that one thing. Everybody was talking about it for weeks. Nobody knew what was going on with that.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, but okay.
I still say it was partly real, man.
I know exactly what's going on. That guy, what's listening?
He's stupid.
He's got his ear to the ring, man. He's got a phone call from Vince anytime there's confusions going on.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. Oh yeah, since the beeper days.
Well, I'm hoping this does better than TV show of the year. This one is going to be the movie of the year. And your nominees are Zootopia, Deadpool, Captain America Civil War, 10 Cloverfield Lane, and just in case there's another one you don't know out there, Dealer's Choice. Is there another movie you can think of that wasn't mentioned?
Truthfully, I don't really watch movies like that, so this is out of my league. Right? Justina gets banged and you porn, does that count?
One Day in Sunny, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, One Day in Sunny, sure. I'm gonna go with Deadpool.
I'm going with Zootopia. No movie I enjoyed more this year than Zootopia. It was smart. It was funny.
Oh, I know a movie. The Final Deletion. Does it look like a movie? And it was, sorry.
Yeah. No.
It looked like a movie, man. I mean, that's what I thought I was watching. I thought I was watching a backwards movie. Man.
What I thought I was watching, and what I hope I was watching, was the final episode of Impact. But no.
Well, speaking of which, this Thursday, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy are going to have a New Year's spectacular to end the year.
So
my God! Yeah.
I told you. What did I tell you?
They're gonna delete New Year's. They said, yeah, this is crazy.
They're deleting fucking TNA. That's what they're doing.
Here's the thing, Byron. The ratings are higher now than they've been all year.
Then there's no TNA. Then it's a Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy thing. That's what it is.
Yep.
They're gonna continue doing this. That's what it's becoming. It's gonna be Jeff Hardy.
That's why Matt Hardy's made the most impact.
Now I really feel bad for that company, man.
Why?
Really feel bad.
They're making money again. This is the first time they made money in years.
They haven't made money.
I feel bad for the company because
I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as saying they're making money.
They're making over.
TNA. The TNA name is now not even important. It's becoming a Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy thing. Can you believe that they're taking over that company?
It's actually Tigweed, because Jeff Hardy's not Jeff Hardy. He's Tigweed or whatever.
His brother Nero. He has four different characters.
Whatever.
He plays 4 characters in TNA.
One of his characters called Tigweed?
Yes.
Take weed with 3 E's.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Tigweed? Oh, I like that name. Tigweed?
Let me ask you a question.
Shit.
Guys that are wrestling there, you think those guys are maybe happy about what's going on with this whole...
No. They cannot. they just want a job. You know what I mean?
I feel sorry for the company because if they re-sign with WWE in February, that company's doomed, man.
Yeah, what are they relying on after that? Like after this goes down, what are they relying on?
I tell you one thing. I don't know if you saw an interview with Bobby Lashley, but I don't think he's too happy.
He shouldn't be. Look where the fuck he's at. He's fucking wrestling in a basement.
No, he said it in a typical interview way, but he's not happy about the entire Matt Hardy show.
Well, in fairness, it looks like if you guys know much about saw anything from Ring of Honor Final Battle, after the Young Bucks defeated the Briscoes, Matt Hardy returned to Ring of Honor saying they are going after the Bucks of Youth in the ROH title. So it looks like the Broken Brilliance may be leaving TNA for Ring of Honor.
I don't care where the Broken Brilliance goes. Let's go on to the next category.
We still don't have the movie of the year.
How dare you?
All right, so Laura.
Oh my God, I would have to.
It's the stupidest thing ever, honestly.
Broken Brilliance? That's really their name?
Yes.
That's what Matt Hardy's name. His nickname is the Broken Brilliance, but they're called the Broken Hardys. Laura, movie of the year.
Moving on.
He's broken hearted because that's his girl.
Just tell Sean turns alive.
If anything, I would have to.
I wasn't even talking, so you shut up.
Utopia, Deadpool.
All right, Laura's going Deadpool. Laura's going with Deadpool.
She's going with Deadpool, and
I think I'm going to go Deadpool.
And
I'm going to go with Pizza Delivery.
All right.
Justina gets banged.
So me and Laura chose Deadpool, so Deadpool wins, because these guys don't even watch movies.
Yeah.
Oh, we do watch movies. I just forget.
I fall asleep in movies, man. I'm sorry.
I sometimes I just tune out, man.
We asked what was the movie of the year. We argued about Matt Hardy.
No, the only movie that stood out to me was Deadpool and Civil War. Other than that, I don't know about the other ones that you mentioned, to be honest with you. But if I had to choose, it would be Deadpool.
All right.
But I would still say Delivery.
So getting off the movie of the year, we're now looking at our personal thing, something we've been a part of, and that is the interview of the year. We've had 5 guests this year, and if you look at this lineup, it's a hell of a lineup. 3 former Intercontinental champions, a UFC Hall of Famer, and a former TNA heavyweight champion. Well, 2 TNA heavyweight champions, 3 TNA heavyweight champions. Jeez. Your nominees: Magnus, Dan Severn, Santino Marella, Jeff Jarrett, or Ken Shamrock. Who was the best interview?
I know who it is. Dan Severn for me, man.
Really?
Yeah, because didn't he say how to kill somebody?
Yeah.
We didn't say that this year, but yeah.
Yeah. I have to go with Ken Shamrock, only because we've never had Ken Shamrock, and to me that was a big deal.
We never had Jeff Jarrett, Santino Marella, or Magnus either.
Yeah, that's Jeff Jarrett is definitely an honorable mention to have the owner or the man who created the madness that is TNA.
Cool. You're right.
That's a pretty big deal.
But which is the interview of as in?
I have to go with Ken Shamrock because when I asked him about Dan, I mean, his answer was great. You know, he really let loose on Dan Severn, and Dan Severn let loose on Ken Shamrock.
Yeah,
they both.
And then he complained about the last fight he had with Gracie.
Yes, yeah.
I got to pick that interview. Any interview of Ken Shamrock complaining is fucking hilarious. Yeah.
We should try to
he
get
was
them,
awesome. He was awesome.
We should try to get them to go to do a face-off here on the round.
Oddly enough.
That's what I want.
I'm part of Dan Severn's network for some reason. I'm still working with him. But Severn is saying he's coming back this year for one more MMA fight. And if you remember the interview, there were 3 guys he's going to fight. One of them can't walk. But the other 2 was Royce Gracie. Well, it's literally, the other guy was crippled. He can't walk, so he can't fight him. Unless they're going to wheel him into the chair and just Dan beats the crap out of a guy in a wheelchair. I'll watch that.
Can I just say I would pay for that?
Yeah. But so, if he's going to have one more fight this year, it could be Ken Shamrock or Royce Gracie.
Well, I would go with Ken Shamrock.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Let me tell you something, man. Dan's still in good shape, bro.
He's a dude. I've seen him wrestling. I've seen him wrestling over in Flint. A few of the guys I know. He is amazing.
Dude, have you ever seen them? Have you ever seen the first match, man? Oh my God, it was bad.
But you wouldn't be anyway interested in seeing Shamrock and Severn, no matter how bad it is.
I mean, I think it would be a better match, but their first match was really, really boring, man. Like, I mean, at least 40 minutes of just holding each other. I remember that match, but I believe nowadays, you know, it'll be a little more better.
Laura,
and it'll be a lot more shorter too.
Laura, what was the interview of the year for you?
It kind of sucks because I wasn't really able to be a part of any of them.
Me either. So I'm hoping for that.
For me, you know what? I'm gonna have to go Ken Shamrock.
Oh.
Yeah, once again, to have Ken Shamrock, I mean, don't get me wrong, Jeff Jarrett, again, but the reason I don't say Jeff is because we had a very, very short time with him. Ken Shamrock, I thought, was brutally honest. Mm-hmm. You know, he answered every question brutally honestly.
The one thing, because I'm going with Magnus for my interview of the year, because he was just as brutally honest, but the only difference was Ken Shamrock was like in a restaurant or something during his interview.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want to hear Ken Shamrock brutally honest, listen to him in Stone Cold podcast, man. His stories was disturbing as hell. Let me tell you right now. I'm being serious. From his father molesting him. I mean, you have to see this interview. Wait.
What is it with Austin and fathers? What is it with that?
I don't know, but Ken Shamrock got into a lot of deep subjects in that podcast.
Is he trying to be Howard Stern? Because he's always going to the father thing.
Tell me
about it. It was actually Shamrock just venting. It wasn't even Stone Cold asking him.
But Austin did it with Ambrose. He did it with AJ. I'm surprised he didn't do it with Lesnar. I mean, I guess actually I'm not, because Lesnar would have killed him. But I don't know if that was this year, but that was definitely the most awkward interview. Is Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it was this year. Yeah, early this year.
All right, so what's the next category? So Shamrock wins.
Yep, Shamrock is your interview of the year. But getting away from us, who was the best on the stick? Who's the best talker in wrestling? I was going to say WWE. And your nominees are The Miz, Bray Wyatt, Chris Jericho, Charlotte, and Matt Hardy.
Ah, man.
We do have some honorable nominees. They were on the list, but didn't make the cut.
Can you say that? Can you say the names again, please?
I'll say it again. The honorable nominees were Dean Ambrose, Enzo Amore, and Paul Heyman. But they just did not live up to these five.
The nominees. The nominees.
No, I was finishing my point first.
I'm sorry.
Not to cut your shit out.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were doing.
Those were the honorables. But the actual nominees are The Miz, Bray Wyatt, Chris Jericho, Charlotte, and Matt Hardy.
I'm going to go first for a second. Just an honorable mention, Charlotte. I told Sean, Charlotte really was amazing this year on the mic. But the winner, to me, is Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, hands down.
I don't know.
Yeah, Chris Jericho.
I'm gonna disagree, man. I'm gonna say
The Miz,
between The Miz. Between The Miz and Charlotte. And the reason I say that is because with Jericho was too much of this whole "you just made the list" thing, and it was just basically all about that.
It wasn't just a list; it was about it.
Right, whatever. I'm just saying,
man.
If you think about it, he just caught some catchphrases during his promos. That's all it was.
Yeah.
But that's Jericho's whole shtick throughout his entire career.
But I think,
exactly.
The category is best on the mic. Well,
and I think Charlotte has been fucking crazy on that mic, man. She's been hands down, I think, one of the best fucking talkers on that mic, besides The Miz. Because The Miz he's been.
Sorry, but if you're talking about those two, Charlotte wins.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go with Charlotte because I think Charlotte has been great on that mic. She's dominated on that shit.
Laura?
She made her fucking father look stupid. She made everybody who's basically going one-on-one with her on the mic look stupid.
Really stupid. Yeah.
Laura?
Best on the stick for me.
Oh my God!
It's going to be Chris Jericho for me because the man has had a resurgence of a career in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
It started.
Byron, even if his catchphrases is still being good on the mic.
Yeah, but Charlotte didn't do any catchphrases. She was just directly speaking into that mic, talking to the crowd.
She screamed the majority of the time, being an annoying pain in the ass.
The way I looked at it is that's the person that's on that mic that could really hold himself on that shit.
Yeah.
Jericho,
you can argue that, but I'm still going to go Jericho.
Yeah.
No, look, listen, that's on your opinion, but I'm just saying Jericho. Yes, he's good on the mic. Think about it. He's just had a lot of catchphrases during that time when he's been on that mic, and he's caught on to these catchphrases where he's stuck with it.
I'm half agreeing with you, Byron, because Jericho, and as Laura said too, that most of his shtick has been catchphrases. But he's made a potted plant get over. That's how good his catchphrases are.
Yep.
But the only reason
we had that really great match with him because of it. Yeah.
But I'm not going to vote for Chris Jericho though. Yeah, Chris Jericho is the winner of the best on the stick. The Miz had a couple great lines. Bray Wyatt still sounds like a mumbling drunk to me, and Charlotte, well, I don't care about you. I don't know what the hell she's doing half the time. But Matt Hardy for me is the best on the stick. The number one reason is the number one.
I should have yo. Why didn't we predict this? Yo, this should have been the most obvious prediction.
Hold on. Let me
explain. Wait. Let's all talk.
The number one reason Matt Hardy is the best on the stick for me, when he does interviews, he's still broken Matt Hardy. He never breaks character. Chris Jericho will break and talk about the guys in the back. Charlotte will break and talk about his love with Sasha. Matt Hardy will still talk about deleting people outside of TNA. Matt Hardy wins for that reason.
You're talking about stick.
That's true.
That's the mic. That's the mic for the ring.
It's included. Not interviews in TMZ, bro. No, we're not talking. We're talking about actual promos.
Best on the mic is best on the mic, whether you're doing stick or not. It's best on the mic.
Yeah. In the end, Chris Jericho wins, but for me, Matt Hardy was the best for that reason. He never dropped. He didn't interview with Sports Illustrated, and he was in character the whole time.
That's true. That is true, but I agree with Byron 100%. Very, very, very close to me is Charlotte, because Charlotte has made people care. Whether you like her or not, she's made people care about that women's division. And that's most of it is because of her mic work, and the rest is her ring work. She's revitalized that division almost single-handedly, but also with Sasha Banks. Mm-hmm. Those two stand out, along with Becky and now Alexa Bliss will have a pretty good year. But Charlotte, very close. But Jericho, you remember what Jericho says the next day.
Yeah. So as we're talking about the best on the stick, who had the sexiest stick? And this is the Laura category. Who was the sexiest male of 2016?
Me.
See, you kind of says you don't have Amanda to really try to help round this out.
Just who's your favorite? Who did you think was the sexiest wrestler?
Oh my God! Fucking son of a bitch! You just had to put me on the spot. God.
We did it last year too.
I know what you're gonna say.
Bailey.
No, Ambrose, right?
Oh yeah, that was her last year, wasn't it?
No, she let Xavier Woods was winner last year.
Really?
I was gonna say Xavier Woods is reigning champion of that.
Oh wow!
Because everybody got a kick out because he was just how good he was, and then he did the it was the nerdy sexy that got him over.
Yeah.
That's how Ben and I figured it out. But
this category is just for her, right?
Yeah. Unless you want to vote.
I'm not judging men. I'm not
judging. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be like going around the table. Hey, what do you
who's the sexiest man, Byron? Just say it.
Yeah, but just to let you know.
I would say JTL, but
just to let you know, even if you did say it, it doesn't mean you're gay.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I think Michael Cole is sexy.
Okay, Laura.
In that case, I'd have to commit it, but I don't know.
Yeah, Sean, say Matt Hardy. Go ahead.
Sorry, oh, come on.
No,
Vanguard won.
I don't even like his wife. It's just fuck. But
He's better looking than Vita, though.
Let's come back to this one. Let me think about this.
So we're gonna get back on the stick later. But we're gonna figure out where we want.
Laura's going back on the stick.
Later, Laura's gonna get back on the stick. Meanwhile, the men will figure out where they want to put their stick for the who you want, how, whatever. Joey, whatever the hell it's called.
She makes me want to write it.
She makes you want to write it.
How you want to put the stick in? What?
Yes.
She makes me want to write it award.
There's a lot of stick talking on
for sexiest female: Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Taylor Hendricks, JoJo, or Lana.
Oh, JoJo.
I'm gonna say JoJo also.
Yeah,
yes.
I have to go with JoJo.
And I just realized that 3 weeks ago. So,
yeah, I have to go with JoJo.
Wow, that went by fast.
Yo, because JoJo is a really good-looking chick, man.
JoJo's packing everywhere, yo.
Didn't the other that other short wrestler go out with her, or she was in love with him on the Diva show?
That was
they
the first
started
season.
that show?
I don't remember, man.
What was his name? What was that guy's name?
Justin Gabriel?
There you go. Yeah, she was so in love with that guy. Holy shit. And he didn't want anything to do with her.
The white guy from Africa, right? That was his name?
Yeah.
He didn't want nothing to do with her?
He didn't want to have anything to do with her, but she was so like in love with her.
That's how you know them shows is fake, man. You don't want nothing to do with her. Get out of here.
Like he didn't say that. He didn't say that. No, but he didn't say that. But he wasn't paying attention to her like the way she was trying to show him attention, and he wasn't really getting it. I guess maybe he's slow. Who the fuck knows? I just know that he wasn't really.
For me, an honorable mention has to be Alexa Bliss. I think she is just. I love her. I love Alexa Bliss. She can get it.
All right, so back to Laura.
Laura's looking at her.
You see how you did it, Laura? We just picked the.
Well, in fairness, we had a list. Laura doesn't have a list.
I have many different likes. Okay.
Well, who's the sexiest?
You're talking, the.
Just one.
Not the best wrestler, not the best worker.
If I were to pick anybody.
Go ahead.
Who I find just the most fucking attractive. Honestly, to God, it's Dean Ambrose.
There you go.
So you would sleep with him.
So there you go.
There we go.
Well, she's
and
married.
ever since Total Divas, I've fallen even more in love with the man. So.
Wait. He's on Total Divas?
Yep.
Because of Renee.
Oh, God.
Because of Renee, yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually an episode.
By the way, there's an honorable mention too. Renee Young is pretty hot.
Yeah.
Renee is hot.
She's okay. She's okay.
I like her. I don't know about her body, but I like her.
She's probably a freak.
Her personality to me really stands out a lot.
She has.
Yeah. That's one thing I can say. She has a pretty good personality. You can tell she's very, outgoing. But as far as her looks,
she has to be a freak to be with Dean Ambrose.
Definitely,
right?
He's actually a perfect.
He's that person that go in the room and do a flying elbow on her and then just hit it right after that. Like it's just for no reason.
You know I like that. Do it again.
All right.
Hey, I love how Renee Young did the interview today where she was talking in the Miz and she was like, "So, how was your 2016?"
Yeah, that was great. And then Dean Ambrose made me laugh. He was just standing behind him.
That was good. That was good.
This guy lost the title and grew a personality, man. Like this guy is great now.
See, that's how you use Dean Ambrose.
Yes.
That's how you.
It was great.
Wait, he should have, when he got on Milwaukee, he should have said Delta Alpha, like the Shield thing. That's what he should have said.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to say. That
would have been funny.
Speaking of personality, you need somebody to call that action. So who was the best announced team for 2016? Of course, it's hard for the main shows for Raw and SmackDown, but there's some good ones out there outside there. Lucha Underground, Matt Striker and Vampiro. Ring of Honor, Kevin Kelly and Steve Corino / Mr. Wrestling 3. NXT, Tom Phillips and Corey Graves. Cruiserweight Classic, Mauro Ranallo and Daniel Bryan. And Imperial Wrestling Entertainment, Sean Lathrop and Tommy Z.
Oh my God! Really?
I'm going with Corey Graves and the other guy. Because I think Corey Graves has really become a tremendous heel commentator.
He's become one of my favorites.
He is. When I close my eyes, I hear CM Punk. I don't know. He really sounds a lot like him. Yo.
Yeah.
He got like the same sort of swag and everything.
Yeah. He's become really good at heel commentating. Really good.
Shut up, Saxton.
Byron.
Yeah. Oh God, he's so horrible.
Byron.
Why? By the way, not to be racist, but why is it that the black commentators are horrible?
Booker T was funny.
Because they're trying to be Uncle Toms, not to try to sound racist. That's just basically what it is. If they were to be themselves, they would be a lot more funnier.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed this, but they really harp on Otunga's wife. I don't know if you noticed that.
God, when they had Ryan Philippe.
Yes.
SmackDown. Holy shit, did he have a burn on Otunga?
Wow. I mean, I was like, whoa. Every week now with the Jennifer Hudson thing.
So, Byron.
That's gonna cause stress on their marriage.
Byron, what was the commentary team of the year?
Michael Cole and
He's not nominated.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna say Corey. Yeah, I'm gonna say Corey. I don't even know the other guy he does the commentating with, but
Tom
yeah.
Phillips,
NXT.
Yeah,
who's also on SmackDown.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
that
true.
guy.
That NXT,
Yeah, Mamma
yeah.
Mamma Mia.
The NXT. Yeah. No, that's not Mamma Mia. That's the fourth guy that has no business being on SmackDown.
Innocent.
Right.
I don't think he was there this week.
I don't know, but it's just stupid to have four people on there.
But I don't think he was there this week.
We got Innocent.
For me,
Okay, Laura.
for me, best announced team has to. I have to. And I know you guys are gonna hate me for this, but CWC, Morrow and Daniel Bryan just being an amazing
That was good
announced
though.
team.
They were good.
Yeah,
they were good though.
Yeah, they were good.
Definitely good.
It was only O that didn't like him.
No, they were good, man. They were good. I just don't like the Mamma Mia thing when he says that.
Yeah, it was a lot of exaggeration in that damn thing.
That's like the Joey Styles. Oh my God, it just.
No. I'm talking about one of the guys in the show. They were like, "When was the last time you seen that?" And it was last week. Like,
Daniel Bryan.
I saw it last night in Madison Square Garden.
right? Someone was the last time I saw a Hurricane Rana. Like, dude, fucking.
No, but I agree.
Sign it into this.
But I agree with Laura on the Mamma Mia thing. It is the same thing as the Oh My God. It's just as annoying.
Yeah, but it's so corny though.
But it's corny.
Well, yeah, it's just as corny as Vintage or By God. I mean, that's just.
Yeah, but nobody thinks about Vintage.
But Mamma Mia is such an old slang that Italians used to use. Come on, like.
I mean, he is Italian. And it's not like "Oh my God" is original or "By God" or "Vintage" is original.
Yeah, but there's a way.
But the way.
But I agree with Sean though. The Vintage thing, it gets on my nerves. Yeah, honestly.
Listen, there's a difference between the "Oh my God" and Mamma Mia. First of all, the way Joey Styles says it sounds cool and exciting. When this guy says it, it sounds annoying and just like, why are you saying it?
And the only thing I agree with is that it is old fashioned. That I will say.
I mean, it's just to say my vote on this one. I'm going to say Mauro Ranallo is the best damn commentator in the WWE right now. And Daniel Bryan on color was a dream for the CWC. So I'm going with Mauro and Daniel Bryan. I am scared to see what the hell Nigel McGuinness and Michael Cole does. But I'm going to go with...
Oh my God, I'm looking forward to Nigel.
I'm not looking forward with Michael Cole and Nigel.
Nigel fucking McGuinness, asshole. Learn.
No, not Nigel McGuinness, the other guy.
Michael Cole.
Michael Cole's doing the commentary with Nigel McGuinness?
Oh, God.
Right?
That's going to be painful now. Son of a bitch.
So
could they not hire JR for a week?
I love, first of all, I love Nigel McGuinness. I loved him when he was Desmond Wolfe in TNA. I love that whole thing that he was doing there. And I really hate that his career was cut short. Really hate it. That was one of my guys. One of my guys.
He was in TNA, wasn't he?
Which, by the way, if you guys ever get... One thing I will say, if you can, get a hold of Nigel's documentary that he did.
Yes.
Amazing. I have it. It's beautiful.
Byron, I'm telling you right now, if he would have kept going, he would have been one of those guys like AJ in WWE. Like, he was that good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That good, man. He was one of the top guys, in the independents.
And what exactly happened to him? Because I do remember seeing him a few times.
I know there was a rumor of he had hepatitis, but it wasn't hepatitis.
Something with his blood. Some problem.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he had so many injuries that he just decided to walk away.
But he was Desmond Wolfe in TNA, and his run as Desmond Wolfe was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, I remember.
In fact, if it wasn't for the hepatitis thing, he would have signed to the WWE.
Yeah.
Because he was supposed to come up with everybody else.
He was supposed to come, with Daniel and Seth.
Wow.
Yeah, he was one of those guys. He was one of those core Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels. You also had Nigel McGuinness. He was one of those guys.
Christopher Daniels also another guy waste.
Yeah, that would have been
he's
innocent.
Wonderfully with wrestling, he tagging up with Kazarian.
Yeah.
And rumor has
it. Imagine if that tag team would have ever been in WWE, man.
That's what I'm saying. It was such a waste. Like they never got him in the WWE.
Yeah. If they would have done this NXT thing like 5 years prior, like it would have been a different story.
They would have been in there for sure, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So Innocent, what's your announced team?
Yeah, probably Corey Graves and Todd Rivers. Because the other people, I didn't hear enough, Ring of Honor and Lucha Underground to really vote. So
what about me and Tommy Z?
Actually, you know what? Vampiro, I don't know who does it with Vampiro.
Matt Striker.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're actually pretty. Yeah.
I haven't heard them in a while, so I can't. I barely remember.
Vampiro's really become good at doing the colors.
Matt Striker.
And I really do want to watch Lucha Underground, but I haven't got a chance to.
Matt Striker and Vampiro, as far as most common, they're my favorite announced team. But CWC this year made me go with them instead.
Okay. Yeah.
But best announced team went to NXT, Tom Phillips and Corey Graves.
Yeah, they do a good job.
Vote yourself, Sean. Wow.
I'm not going to be greedy. I figured you guys would love me instead, but
it's not greedy. You're the only person.
And now, theme song of the year. Your reigning champ from last year, Sami Zayn, and he has competition this year with Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, former champion Bray Wyatt, and AJ Styles.
What was the thing?
Did you say former champion Bray Wyatt?
No, former champion Sami Zayn, who you voted for last year, by the way.
And Bray Wyatt was a former champion.
What was the category?
Theme song of the year.
That's the theme song.
Oh, wait a minute.
Bray Wyatt is a former 2 years in a row champion, and Sami Zayn was a champ last year.
Why don't you listen?
I don't know what he's saying sometimes.
Okay, so for me, I'm gonna say a close second is AJ, but hands down is Bobby Roode. That song is just too good.
I'm not I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say the same thing because Bobby Roode's music, it reminds me of a old school WWE theme where you can always be like, oh shit, that was a classic right there. It has that thing about it.
I've got to say Bobby Roode, definitely. And not because it was such a great theme song, even though I do like it, it's just because it made vines and you had wrestlers doing it. The Glorious Bomb. It was it was really trendy for a couple months. So
that's my
Bobby
problem.
Roode.
If it wasn't for the Glory Bomb, I would not care for Bobby Roode's theme. I honestly hated it when I first heard it until the Glory Bomb started happening. And now I hate it again because the Glory Bombs are gone. I'm going with Nakamura. I still get hyped and goosebumps when I hear Nakamura. Nakamura's a theme for me.
I love that theme.
Yeah, it's a good theme.
I love it.
As much as I love Nakamura's theme, as much as I want to learn how to play Nakamura's theme, I got to go with Glorious. That song is just amazing to me.
It is. Yeah. Byron said it best. It's a theme song that you could have heard in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. That's a throwback. We don't have theme songs like that, aside from Nakamura, because he does have a great theme song. But you don't have a great theme song that fits the guys so well, like Bobby Roode's Glorious.
The last one for me like that has to be Christian.
Yeah.
Christian's was about as close as they could get.
Nah, I like the Christian's original one with the girl singing. That was one I liked the most.
So do I.
Wait, Lord, you're talking about the Christian?
Yep.
At last, you're on your own.
What? You liked that?
I
just like that. Yeah, I love that. I loved it.
I got the kick out of the whole opera thing because it wasn't done.
Not only that, but at last you're on your own. Come on, that was great.
Since we're saying the theme song of the year, you can't have a great theme song without a great entrance. So your entrance of the year nominees: the Broken Hardys at Bound for Glory, Bobby Roode at TakeOver Toronto, Nakamura Brooklyn 2, New Day at WrestleMania, or Charlotte in Hell in a Cell. Honorable mention: Triple H at WrestleMania.
You said what was the entrance of the year?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, Brooklyn 2 is the last one, right?
No, that's Toronto.
That was Toronto.
Can you talk about the one that I made a video to Bobby Roode and Shinsuke? Like
no, the one that's nominated is the Bobby Roode with the chorus,
and the Nakamura one is the one with the one violinist, not the
right.
army.
That's the same night. That was the same night, right?
No.
Different
the Bobby Roode was in Toronto with the chorus, and the other one was in a different location.
Can you name them again, please?
The Broken Hardys at Bound for Glory, where Rebby Sky played piano and they did their own theme. Bobby Roode, where he had the chorus singing it out in Toronto. Shinsuke Nakamura in Brooklyn 2, where he had the one violinist. The New Day, where the New Day came out of a box of cereal and dressed up as the Saiyans from Dragon Ball. And Charlotte, where she was carried to the ring at Hell in the Cell.
Oh, you're like a queen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pick her because I've seen that shit since fucking the first King of the Ring. So
yeah, Randy Savage.
Yeah, Harley Race did that shit.
Mabel.
But no female ever did that. So remember that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Sherry sitting with Macho Man.
Yeah, but it was Macho Man's entrance.
Damn. I'm gonna have to probably say Bobby Roode, right? Since he had the, I don't know. That's kind of hard, man. That is kind of hard.
I don't remember Bobby Roode.
You don't remember Bobby Roode with the chorus, the singers?
Yeah, they had all these church people singing it.
That shit was fucking awesome.
Oh, that was yes. That was yeah. Okay, now I remember. No, I don't.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't remember.
I'm gonna before you guys start, I'm gonna say hands down for me is and for the same reason that I said it the first time, Nakamura, because the guy playing the violin played it perfectly live. Not the second one with the fake violinist, the first one with the guy playing the violin to perfection. That was an entrance.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the same thing. I was gonna pick.
I'm gonna go with that as well.
I'm gonna go with Bobby Roode. I do remember that shit now. Yeah, I'm gonna say Bobby Roode.
Sean,
there's
three Nakamura.
I still get chills just when I watch it. It's just
I've watched that so many times just for that.
So I'm gonna say something unpopular here.
Of course you are.
As always.
And I'm just going to mention the honorable mention because I love the New Day's entrance. When you're wearing Saiyan armor, you got me. But Nakamura Brooklyn 2 was the best entrance by far.
You know. By the way, me and Sean were talking earlier, and you know what we found interesting was that Undertaker didn't really have a spectacular entrance this year.
No. Thank God. His spectacular entrance is 15 minutes.
But he always has something. You know what I mean? He always has something special. Mm-hmm. And he didn't have it this year. I was very surprised. But let me tell you something. That close second is Bobby Roode because that chorus was amazing. Honestly, that chorus was so good.
Speaking of, we got one more media one.
But just wait, one thing. But you know, they look at Bobby Roode like as a big deal. If they're gonna do entrances for him like that's absolutely. Because they care about him.
Yeah, absolutely. You know?
We have one more media one, and that is your video game of the year. There is some games you can think of that aren't on this list, but these were the nominees put together, and they are waiting for the first laugh: Pokemon Sun and Moon, Uncharted 4, NBA 2K17. Rise of the Tomb Raider, and the NES Mini.
Holy shit, there's a tie there for me, man. Holy shit.
Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2. Sorry.
Titanfall 2, you said, Innocent?
No, but that's not on the list.
As far as for the new shooter, yeah, but yeah, I'm sorry. It's not on the list, so
I'll give it to Innocent just because we didn't really know who to put in the last spot, to be honest. So Titanfall 2 for Innocent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to, this is hard because I probably play this more than any other game, which is the NBA 2K17. I've never seen a more realistic, more up-to-date, they even have their Christmas sneakers the next day game. But if we're talking about a game of the year, it has to go to Uncharted.
That multiplayer is really good. I have it.
There's no mind-blowing game like Uncharted, man.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm stuck between Tomb Raider and Uncharted, so
they're both good though.
I'll say my opinion real quick, which the game's not going to win, but it's the only game I've been playing like crazy since I got it. Pokemon Sun and Moon, but I'm the nerd here, so.
But I will say also that the Nintendo, no other game has made noise like that system.
The NES Mini, yeah.
It's hard to find.
Unbelievable. Like I actually got two on December 20th, and the riot that took place, people selling it out of their trunks. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. It was really mind-blowing the way that Nintendo. But Uncharted is just a game that it's almost like you're in a movie. Honestly, it's almost like you're.
Remember,
Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider's the same way. Same way.
Yeah, picked up on that way of playing the game also. But I'm gonna say Uncharted, man. Uncharted, it's very hard to top that. Naughty Dog's been delivering games, man, and they know how to make action games.
And I cannot wait for Crash Bandicoot Return.
I can't wait until the. Oh, never mind.
I don't know. I really haven't picked up any of the new games lately. I know NHL 17 is fucking just gorgeous, and I'm sure NBA 17 is just as.
It's beautiful.
I should have put Battlefield 1 also as one of them, but anyway, I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
But I've heard nothing but praises about Uncharted. I don't play Uncharted, so I'm kind of stuck in the middle.
I'll put it like this: if there was one game that somebody said you only had one game to play, I would play Uncharted.
So your game.
You mean as far as for like campaign or multiplayer? Campaign, right?
No, the campaign. I mean, it's just the most incredible looking.
Joey, you still haven't played The Last of Us. You have to play that shit.
No, I haven't played Tomb Raider, and I just got it. So.
So the game of the year is Uncharted.
Oh.
But once again, I kid you not, the NBA game is truly mind blowing.
Oh, okay.
By the way, for those who play PS4, if you can get a hold of it, let it die. Holy shit!
I never heard
about blood and gore. It's great. It's a hack and slash. It's almost Mortal Kombat-ish in a way, but it's not.
Oh, and also, by the way, for PlayStation, The Last Guardian is getting massive reviews.
Oh God, yeah. I haven't played it, but goddamn, I want to play that so bad.
It looks so incredible. It looks incredible.
Just to finish off the bottom of this list, we're gonna do the faction of the year. Because we already had a tag team, and this was the year of factions, though. So here are your nominees for faction of the year: the Wyatt family, the Bullet Club, or the Club.
The Wyatt family, you said? What?
Wyatt.
The Wyatt.
Jeepers.
The new Wyatt, you mean, right?
Well,
no,
new or the Wyatts all
the Wyatt
together.
family.
Yeah. The New Day, Decay, or the Broken Hardys.
The faction of the year. What was the first two you said?
The Wyatt family and the Bullet Club.
Who else was it?
The New Day, Decay, and Broken Hardys.
In case you don't know, Decay is Abyss and who is it?
Yeah,
Abyss, Crazy Steve, and Rosemary.
That's right. She's Steve.
If I would have seen more of Decay, or instead of the couple times I've seen him, I would have picked them. But
yeah,
I'm not
Decay
gonna say here.
Decay had a great beginning of the year, but for
right?
me,
yeah.
Decay had the great beginning of the year, but the tail end, it became the Broken Hardys in TNA. So I'm not going with either one of them. The Wyatt family has been slipping around. I'm not a big fan of the Wyatt family at all now. So for me, I'm going with the Bullet Club. Especially if you're saying, as Joey was saying about the patches, Bullet Club Japan, Bullet Club Ring of Honor, and Bullet Club WWE, you don't have better than a reach out like that. So
but do they still consider,
Yes.
people in WWE okay, so then I have to pick them then.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for that point you made.
Bullet Club too.
Yeah.
Bullet
Yeah,
Club.
I would pick them also, but you saying the faction of the year, so you meaning as in who dominated, or you just talking about as in just the group itself? I mean, when you say
both.
faction of the year,
all things considered.
I can't say the Bullet Club because they didn't do shit.
Well, AJ's a part of the.
No, but he's talking about like them being in Japan and Ring of Honor and all these different,
if it's like that, if it's all around the world, yeah, I would say the.
You gotta remember that the Bullet Club has patches all over the world.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So if you're saying that, then I would say the Bullet.
Because you got Bullet Club Mexico, Bullet Club Japan, Bullet Club Ring of Honor, and Bullet Club WWE. There is no other faction that's spread out like that.
You got to remember that Finn Balor, AJ Styles, Anderson, and Gallows are a part of the Bullet Club.
Still considered part, according to the Bullet Club.
Yeah, and didn't they add Adam Cole and Cody Rhodes?
They added Adam Cole, Cody Rhodes, and Adam Page to the group as well.
There you go. So
Camacho. Camacho's a part of the group now too.
Hey, since we mentioned Cody Rhodes, does anybody want to mention what he said on his. Was it? He tweeted about.
Yeah.
I honestly don't want to because he's supposed to be a damn heel. Why do people keep getting offended when heels act like heels?
Yeah, no, but he took Gallo, or was it Anderson that took his doll and ripped his head off of the Dusty Rhodes doll?
Bailey gave Goldust a little mini Dusty Rhodes teddy bear dressed up in the polka dots. And Gallo and Anderson came along and they tore the head off the bear. And I knew it was getting some sort of flack from Cody. It's just like, I mean...
By the way, I disagree with Sean. Cody seems to be very sensitive about his father because he also had a problem with the Cody Rhodes Cup that he wasn't there. So he seems to have a sore thing about his father. So from that aspect, I'm with Cody Rhodes on that.
But this isn't like the time when Paige and Charlotte were talking about Charlotte's dead brother. This was a guy in professional wrestling, and they ripped up a teddy bear. That's very different.
Yeah, but if that was my father, again, I when it comes to that kind of stuff, it depends on the person. And if Cody's offended, then I'm with Cody Rhodes because that's his father.
But you know whose other father? Whose other father is this? Whose other father is this? I was going to say,
Goldust was in that segment. That's Dusty's son. I'm like,
I know, but Cody seems to be different though. Cody seems to really take it very hard though. I can see that.
He said it himself best. I think he said when he tweeted out, he said that, whoever decided to make that segment, I hope you never go through that, something like that ever.
Exactly.
And it makes sense because if you lost them, why would you put it?
His father died. His father died. It's not a wrestling character that died. It's his father that died. I'm sorry.
But you have to understand this ain't.
You can't take away him being offended.
Laura,
no, of course not. Of course not. But
how long ago was it that he died?
Down.
How long ago was it?
It doesn't even matter.
But you know WWE's been doing this shit for years, man.
I know, and it doesn't make it right. I had a problem.
Look what they had that whole angle with Batista and Eddie Guerrero dying and Rey Mysterio, and they kept saying Eddie's dead, and
I didn't know.
Okay. All right, Laura, you're the only one who hasn't said anything.
I'm trying to, but no, I think I understand where Cody's coming from, being someone who lost their parents this year. All right, I understand where he's coming from. However, his brother was involved in this thing. I don't.
But we don't know if his brother accepted that. He just had to do it.
What?
He might have. Yeah.
He had to do it because that's what they asked, and he had to go with it. He doesn't mean he agreed with it. He just had to get into. He had to do it.
They wouldn't put Goldust through that if they didn't think that he didn't want to do it.
But don't you think, Laura?
You telling me that Goldust said, "Hell yeah, I want to do it."
No, but I'm with Laura. I think Goldust.
And then Job like 5 minutes later. I don't think. Yeah.
No, I think Goldust was okay with it. I do.
Can I tell you something? There's always been
Cody Rhodes has to be okay with it.
Goldust is in his point of his career. He's just happy to have a job. That's basically what it is.
That there's been wrestlers that didn't want to do certain things, but they had to do it.
But Goldust is at the point where they'll get his permission because they respect the hell out of Goldust.
I think so. I think so.
And listening to the commentary last night during that tag match fucking proves that point.
But it doesn't mean Cody feels the same way as Dustin.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean that.
And that's why Cody is no longer with the WWE.
And he has pride.
So getting off of Cody Rhodes for a second, we got
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
We got a couple more awards left before we hit the big ones. Breakout Star of the Year. Your nominees are Asuka, Will Ospreay, T.J. Perkins, Kenny Omega, and James Ellsworth.
Oh, come on. You're really going to put Ellsworth in this shit?
Who the hell was...
Whoa. Okay. Oh, you don't like him, but that does not mean that...
Hold on, but what was the category again? Hold on.
Breakout Star of the Year. It doesn't mean that...
Ellsworth is not a breakout star, my guy. What are you talking about? Like...
His shirt for a time period was the #1 selling shirt. How can you say that?
Breakout star, but he just lost last week to 3 moves. But he's a breakout star. Okay.
Tell me somebody that was talked about more than James Ellsworth.
Yeah, for 2 weeks. Then nobody talking about him no more. So he's not really a breakout star. He was a flash in the pan. That's what he was.
I'm with you on that, but he broke out.
He was still on SmackDown this week.
Exactly. He broke out.
Yeah,
I mean, Innocent, if you don't think he's the pick, vote for somebody else.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm so angry I forgot the other picks. What was the other one?
Asuka, Will Ospreay, TJ Perkins, Kenny Omega, or the other guy.
Wait. How is Kenny Omega a breakout star?
Because Kenny Omega, before everybody started leaving New Japan, and we're talking AJ Nakamura, Finn,
Kota Ibushi
taking away. Yeah, he was basically he was known as the cleaner, Kenny Omega, and that was basically what he did. He was back and clean up majority of the time, being in secondary matches. Now he's a main event player.
Yeah, he went from being like, using the guys in WWE's terms, he went from Zack Ryder to AJ Styles overnight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always thought he was that. I always thought he was AJ Styles.
Oh, no, he was a huge mid-carder, but he was loved in PWG, especially Manda. But for the most part, he wasn't at the main event level yet.
Well, I just want to state for the record, I'm going to go first. James Ellsworth. Because I don't like the guy. I saw him live last night. I don't like the guy. I'm just saying that. But
he was on Raw? Oh, no, he wasn't on Raw. No.
But he did break out. He did break out this year. And I have to say, no one was talked about for a time period more than James Ellsworth. That's just my opinion. But that.
Okay,
Innocent?
so what's next?
I said Asuka.
Innocent says Asuka. Laura?
Yeah.
Between Kenny and Asuka. And part of the main event. Asuka, she went from to being at the top of the women's division in NXT, still undefeated to this. I'm gonna go Asuka.
All right.
Byron?
All right, Sean, you have to do it again, man, please.
Asuka, Will Ospreay, TJ Perkins, Kenny Omega, or James Ellsworth.
Let's not forget TJ Perkins did rise to the top of the cruiserweight division.
He did, but
And he fell as fast as he rose.
Yeah.
But he broke out.
same thing with this guy with no jaw.
But does a breakout star mean you broke out and you're still the guy, still the star? Not just, just
No,
falling off?
you just broke out at some point.
Ospreay.
Laura, you going with Ospreay?
No, I
can't.
Yeah, we can't hear Laura.
but he
Laura, we're losing you.
I'm outside right now.
You went with
All
Asuka,
right,
right?
now she's back. She's back.
You went with Asuka.
Yeah, I'm back. But I went Ospreay, but he kind of lost momentum towards the end of the year. Like we haven't heard shit about him since September.
Well, he won the ROH NXT tag, not the ROH, the ROH TV title, and then lost it the next night to Marty Scurll. That's about it we heard from
There
him.
you go.
And
All right, well, I'm gonna say Ellsworth because I'm with Joey, as in I don't like the guy for shit. I think he's just a waste of time. But he was main eventing the shows. He was opening fucking shows. He was the center of attention on SmackDown for weeks. He was that guy talked about for
by the way, he beat AJ 3 times.
and he beat AJ 3 times, which is so unfortunate for him. But I just,
something John Cena has never done.
right. Exactly. So I'm gonna have to say Ellsworth, the fucking guy Ellsworth.
Honestly, I'm gonna have to do the tiebreaker, but first I'm gonna vote Kenny Omega because he definitely elevated more than anyone.
The problem with the Kenny Omega, I can't say anything about him because I don't really follow him.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't really say anything.
But I'll put it like this, Byron. If he was in WWE, he'd be another guy that people would be talking about.
I'm sure. I've always heard good things about him. I've always heard good things. But like I said, I have to witness it myself in order for me to really...
Since there's still a tie between Asuka and James Ellsworth, and I'm the only one that didn't vote for them, for the tiebreaker, I'm going to go with Asuka, honestly. I mean, Ellsworth, for a breakout of the year, he went from nobody to a huge thing. But Asuka is essentially carrying the NXT women's division right now after having a massive feud with Bayley. Asuka.
I just still have to say no. Even though listen, every fiber in my being loves Asuka in every way possible, but nobody broke out more than James Ellsworth. In reality, nobody broke out more than James Ellsworth.
It's just for me, it was just how much time he had. I mean, definitely he went from nobody to main eventing SmackDown. That's huge.
Exactly. Literally nobody.
I just stepped on my dog.
I mean, that's amazing that you're a nobody. We knew who Asuka was. We didn't know who James Ellsworth was, and now we do.
Yeah, basically. Unfortunate for us.
We all knew who Asuka was. Even before the WWE, I was aware of Asuka.
Now for your shocking moment of the year. The most shocking. Well, you didn't see it coming. Zack Ryder winning the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Adam Cole joining the Bullet Club at Global Wars. Seth Rollins beating Roman Reigns clean at Money in the Bank. Goldberg beating Brock Lesnar in a minute 25. And AJ Styles' run as a whole in 2016.
Goldberg beating Brock.
Goldberg.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to say Goldberg also.
Without a question, the most shocking is Goldberg versus.
All our jaws dropped. I was like, what?
By the way, and then
it happened. I'm laughing, and I'm just like, okay, here we go.
Not only did all of our wrestling jaws drop, but people outside of wrestling was like, "What the hell just happened?" It caught news like fire. Like that was a moment in time where you were just like, "Wow!" Literally going in, no one would have said Goldberg was going to win that match, especially in fucking 90 seconds or whatever it was.
Yeah. Laura,
nobody.
Are you saying the same thing with Goldberg?
Goldberg. Yep.
All right. That's the only clean sweep on. Well, no, the Bullet Club was a clean sweep, but still, Goldberg for me as well. That's what the hell happened, man.
That was just genuine shock.
Yeah.
So
To beat Brock Lesnar. By the way, just to beat Brock Lesnar in any fashion, but the way he beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
He dominated him in freaking 20 seconds?
A minute 25. That was the match.
Whatever. It's crazy. That's crazy. All
right.
Who's done that? Nobody.
All right,
we'll
here
have
we
a hard
go.
time to beat him.
Here we go. The final three, the biggest three of the year. We're going to start with the event as a whole. What was the event of 2016? Nominees are from New Japan, Wrestle Kingdom 10, from NXT, TakeOver Dallas, and TakeOver Toronto, and from the WWE, Money in the Bank, and Survivor Series.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Say that one more time, please.
Yeah, he was breaking up on my side. I'm sorry.
And
what was the category again?
The best event of the year.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
The event of the year. Wrestle Kingdom 10, TakeOver Dallas, Money in the Bank, Survivor Series, or TakeOver Toronto.
Man, I don't remember any of this shit.
Yo, honestly, me either, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I would have to you have to really break down the matches for me to remember this.
Yeah,
I truly forgot.
Shit.
I do remember the takeover. The last takeover was a really good show, but I don't remember. Honestly, I totally forgot.
All right, so I'm gonna go first, but there's no way we're gonna break down the matches.
No, I don't blame you.
I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna say this is hard, but I have to go with Survivor Series.
Oh yes, Survivor Series. Me too. Yes. I agree.
And by the way, trust me, Toronto was such a great event, but to me, Survivor Series because of the 10-man tag.
Yeah.
And Goldberg and also the other Survivor Series matches, the tag team Survivor Series was awesome. It was such a good pay-per-view from top to bottom.
No, it was. I have to go with that. The same thing. Yeah, I totally forgot about the whole SmackDown versus Raw thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Goldberg was in there with Brock. That's the shocking thing that happened that night. Yeah, it was definitely Survivor Series for sure, without a question.
Laura,
I still don't know what happened with the other ones, but yeah, I'm gonna.
I can break down these.
Every fiber in my being wants to say Wrestle Kingdom 10, but I know you guys don't watch New Japan. I know Sean does.
Laura, it's your choice. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I watched it.
But it's a choice that's going to lose.
I fast forwarded.
That's the funny part of it.
But that's
because Wrestle Kingdom 10 was fucking amazing.
It was.
Top to bottom was an absolutely amazing show. However, you go into the mainstream, the stuff I know you guys have watched, NXT TakeOver Dallas.
Okay.
That's the takeover that was before Mania, and literally everybody looked at that and said, "Okay, main event. There's your fucking there's your bar. You got to jump it."
Yeah, absolutely. Sean?
Here's the thing. Even though Wrestle Kingdom 10 was amazing, and there were some fantastic matches. I mean, Kushida and Kenny Omega, that we're still waiting on Amanda to iffy up on that bet. And of course,
AJ.
And of course, a match of the year candidate and the last major match of both these men in Japan, Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go with it. I'm actually agreeing with Laura. The top to bottom, and it was a smaller card, but still top to bottom, Dallas. Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. Asuka and Bayley was amazing. Nakamura and Sami Zayn and American Alpha and the Revival. Wow.
Yes.
The worst match on there was Austin Aries and Baron Corbin, and even that was an amazing match compared to a lot of the other shows we've seen this year.
That's true.
I'm going with Dallas.
All right, Innocent?
It was either going to be the Survivor Series or the NXT, so I'm going to say Survivor Series.
Survivor Series wins.
You know what? By the way, you know why I say Toronto? Toronto had... Well, anyway, I think it's already nominated for something else, but go ahead, Sean.
So Survivor Series wins Event of the Year, which is, I think that's the first time WWE's won a pay-per-view or Event of the Year for a while. It's been NXT.
So. But that 5-on-5 was just, to me, again, the greatest single Survivor Series match of all time.
That was good. That was really good, yeah.
Now, here's the toughest category. Joey and I were looking at this, and I had such a long list, and that's the match of the year. And here's the thing. The match of the year is dealer's choice. What, in your opinion, was the match of the year? Because our list was about 20, and we couldn't break it down to 5. That's how tough it was.
There's a lot of matches, and obviously about 70% involve AJ Styles. But just to name, in all seriousness, just to name a few, the Revival and Gargano and Tampa, thank you.
DIY
from Toronto. AJ versus Cena, the first time at SummerSlam.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking about.
You could say Ambrose and AJ, the TLC match. There was a fatal 4-way early in the year with AJ, Cesaro, Owens. I can't remember the other guy.
Chris Jericho, I think.
Thank you, Chris Jericho, and that was outstanding. Also, Sheamus and Cesaro, best out of 7, the 7th match. I mean, just tons and tons of matches that happened this year.
Sammy versus Nakamura.
There you go.
Yes.
Nakamura versus Samoa Joe, the last one.
Nakamura versus Finn Balor. Nakamura versus Styles at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes.
Damn. That's why we couldn't break it down to 5.
Also, you could pick one of the Charlotte and Sasha Banks matches. Me personally, I would say the street fight.
Even the Miz.
The Falls Count Anywhere?
Yeah.
From Raw?
Yes.
Even the Miz is actually
yeah. You also got the triple threat women's match from WrestleMania. You also have
the Miz and Ziggler, the retirement match.
All right, guys, you guys are losing me here. You
also have the Miz in that fatal 4-way match with Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. And the entire match is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, their entire feud this year.
And, of course, the Survivor Series match that we just talked about, the 5-on-5, SmackDown versus Raw.
Overall, you know what? At this point in time, with as many matches as we're talking about here, at this point in time, literally the winner is the fans, because we got some amazing fucking matches this year.
Yeah.
You can't pick just one. There's no way.
Well, I can pick one.
Go ahead.
Please do not say Matt Hardy.
Yes, even the final deletion, of course.
Oh my god.
But the problem with the final deletion, as much as I love it, the crowd. There's no crowd in the final deletion.
That's because DNA.
Nobody wanted to be involved with that.
It was in the Hardy's backyard. That's why there was no crowd.
And that, by the way, that's where TNA is headed, the Hardy's backyard.
But NXT TakeOver Dallas. It is one of my favorite matches of all time now. I have goosebumps watching it again and again. And it was the first time they ever faced Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura. Match of the year for me.
Yeah, it was good. I remember it was good, but not as good as I would say with AJ versus Cena, man. I think that match really stood out a lot, man. That they did a lot of cool moves.
Which one?
The crowd was into it. The one at SummerSlam.
Okay.
They had a few. I don't remember which one was the best one because they were all good.
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam
it was the
best.
SummerSlam. Yeah, that one was awesome. I remember watching that shit. I was like, God, that shit was fucking awesome. And the things they were doing, Cena could keep up with AJ, and AJ was doing what he could with Cena. I mean, it was good. It was definitely good, man. I do remember the Sami Nakamura match, and it was good. But I still have to say Cena and AJ, man.
And I have just by the way, a runner-up for me is a couple, Nakamura and Samoa Joe, the last one, because I really I'm sorry, the first one, I should say.
They were going at it.
Yeah, they were going at it. That was like one of my favorite stiff matches of the year. The Survivor Series 5-on-5, but the number one match for me of the year, unbelievably, is the Revival versus Gargano and Ciampa. That to me was.
I loved that match too, and I loved Revival versus American Alpha.
That was the recent tag team, right? That was
that was just a mind blowing.
That was
fucking match. Mind blowing.
Yeah, that was good.
So Innocent, what about you?
You know what I'm gonna ask you, right?
What?
Repeat that.
Repeat, please, because
there's no list. Just what's your favorite?
There's no list.
Oh, my favorite match? Oh, okay. Damn, out the whole year. Yeah, oh shit. You know that was a great match, man. That match was fucking phenomenal. But there's so the Gargano and Ciampa against the Revival. That was a really good match. Yeah. Damn, I don't know. I can't really pick it, man. It's too hard. That match is definitely up there though. But
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. We had a hard time with it.
Yeah, that was a really good match, but I know there was more that I liked.
Just saying
a lot of them involve AJ though.
Well, I mean, the three matches we've mentioned so far, I mean, and this is without Innocent and Laura, have been Sami Zayn, Nakamura, Cena and Styles, and Revival and DIY. As much as you're saying, a lot of them involve Styles, a lot of them involve Nakamura, a lot of them involve Revival.
Yeah, they do. And let me just say, just by saying all these matches, it proves that 2016, though a crappy year in real life, in pro wrestling, probably the best year in WWE wrestling was.
Well, Innocent still tries to think. Laura, do you have an answer?
No, he said he can't pick it.
It's hard.
Like you said, there's just so many. You got Sami Nakamura, you got Cena AJ, you got AJ Ambrose, you got DIY and the Revival, you got the Revival and American Alpha.
Actually, I'm sorry to cut you
Series,
off.
You got.
But also
you
the match we saw tonight. What about the match we saw tonight?
Yeah, I was about to tell you the last one.
The Wyatt, no, not that one. The Wyatts and American Alpha.
The Usos and the American Alpha.
They had a good match tonight.
Slater and Rhino.
So there was two good matches. So there was two good matches tonight, right?
Actually, no, three, because Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss tore it down.
I gotta watch it. I gotta watch tonight because I missed it tonight.
But American Alpha defeated the Wyatts.
They're champions now.
They became the champions?
They became the champions with no momentum. That's just crazy.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Damn it! You just.
So this just tells you the hype bros were supposed to be the next champs. Then really.
God.
Thank goodness they were.
Oh my God, for real.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it had to take Zack Ryder's leg to break, but I'm glad.
So by the sounds of it.
I'm glad, man. That was the case.
So by the sounds of it, Laura and Innocent, you don't have a pick.
No.
Yeah, I can't. This is too last minute. If you would have told me ahead of time, I probably would have picked something. But off the top of my head, I can't.
How about just from the three that Byron, Joey, and myself mentioned?
The Revival and DIY, whatever it's just called. Yeah, Ciampa and because that was a really good match. And I'm not just talking about the last match. I'm talking about both matches that they had. It was really good. Even the first time when Revival won.
Laura?
So, yeah.
I I don't know. I really don't. You can literally look at all those matches and just break them down and trying to figure out which is. There's no way. Not for me.
All right, so go on to the next category.
So it sounds like the winner is Revival v DIY in Toronto.
Right. Whatever he said.
Yeah.
MVP.
MVP indeed. This is your Wrestler of the Year. And you know, this was the easiest category to create because of the 5 individuals. There were some you can make an argument, but they just died at one point or another in this year. But these 5 were top of their game all year. Your nominees: Shinsuke Nakamura, Charlotte, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, and AJ Styles. Gee, I wonder who we're going to vote for.
You know?
Charlotte. No. But by the way, my close second is definitely Charlotte because I think nobody has had a better year aside from the winner. Is Charlotte. But obviously, everybody knows, hands down, the wrestler of the year is AJ Styles.
Yeah, same here, man. AJ Styles.
Yeah. If AJ wasn't in that conversation, I would have said Charlotte for sure. But yeah, AJ Styles.
For me, it's AJ's at the top, Nakamura's second, Charlotte's third.
My list is the same as Laura's. I'd put Nakamura over Charlotte, but Styles, easily, Wrestler of the Year.
Wasn't he put on the Rolling Stones or something like that?
Yeah, the Rolling Stones said that he is the Wrestler of the Year of 2016 as well.
That's crazy, dude.
I mean, here's something that Joey and I were talking about earlier, and it was mentioned on the group page, and that is...
I'm sure he feels honored.
WWE was doing the who they want to see main event WrestleMania, and it was a poll. They had John Cena, they had The Undertaker, Triple H, The Rock. 41%, before the poll got taken down, at 41%, was AJ Styles.
That's right. AJ Styles broke the poll because they took it down because he was winning.
He broke the poll.
He broke the poll. AJ Styles, by the way, I just want to let everybody know this in all seriousness. Any poll that they put up that involves AJ, he has won.
Yeah.
They really need to understand they have the hottest fucking wrestler in the entire fucking world right now.
By the way, I'm not kidding around. When we were leaving Madison Square Garden last night, everybody in there was like, man, AJ Styles is the guy right now. The guy. They weren't saying the wrestler or whatever. They were just saying AJ's the guy. And I'm talking about several different people were saying that on the way out because of his performance last night. So, I mean, you know, being there live and actually hearing people say it other than myself, I mean, AJ is the guy, man. He's just – nobody's had a more incredible year than AJ Styles. And I'm talking about maybe 5-6 years ago. Nobody's had an entire year like an AJ Styles has had this year. So he is dominated.
And I was gonna say, you guys remember when they were teaming up? AJ and Jericho before WrestleMania.
Yes, yeah.
And I came home from Raw in Detroit, and I said, man, AJ is gonna have like the legit year, and everyone's like, oh well, they're gonna end up burying him.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
I think they tried, to be honest.
They did. I mean, Y2 AJ.
Y2 AJ, Roman Reigns.
That was so good, and then it led into that amazing match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I actually found the screenshot of the poll, and I'm gonna break it down. I'm not counting other. At 1% for each of these was Brock Lesnar, Charlotte, and The Miz. 3% for each of these: Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, Sasha Banks, Seth Rollins. 4% Roman Reigns. 5% John Cena. 7 Goldberg. 10, Finn Balor. 12, The Undertaker. AJ Styles at 40.
Wait a minute. Goldberg was above Cena?
Yeah, by 2%. Then Finn Balor above Goldberg. Then The Undertaker above Finn Balor. And then AJ Styles at 40.
Balor.
It's listen to his accent. He says Finn Balor.
Either way, AJ dominated.
Yeah.
But, oh man, AJ Styles has had the year of years, man. The year of years. And by the way, I don't know if you saw SmackDown, but when AJ won, especially JBL, just putting him over like a rose, saying nobody's had a year like this. What a way to close. John Cena and him shook hands, by the way, to close out the year.
But what I was gonna say is, you know how I'm sure that freaking AJ must feel so fucking good right now, like compared to the years prior where he was like floating around. I'm sure he had fun. Don't get me wrong, but he has to be in disbelief for he's in the WWE now, and he's the man. You get what I'm saying? Something that he probably never thought would have happened.
And he holds the title.
Exactly. And everybody's praising him.
And he's making money. That's the important thing. He's making a lot of money now.
A lot of money.
And he's home with his family, and that that was what brought him. That's what convinced him to sign with the WWE. Was he was so far away from his kids and his wife, and all the time being over in Japan. That's what brought him to the WWE.
When he was in TNA, he lived in a trailer park. Don't you remember that video vignette?
I don't remember, but I can imagine.
From a trailer park to a mansion. Actually, he did talk about that on the Austin podcast, that he bought a mansion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, already? Damn.
WWE pays a lot of money.
Well, he had a
I was going to say
mansion in
that,
TNA,
and he was banking in Japan.
Yeah. I mean, he had a mansion from TNA, to be honest. It was just the last
I never,
few years.
when I was a kid, not a kid, but when I was a teenager, I never knew, like, when you were the champion, you actually literally did make more money than everybody else. So AJ literally does make more money, except for John Cena, of course. But, because he has a set thing. But AJ makes a lot of money, man. A lot of bank. He's doing good. So
I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for him.
That's basically it for the 2016 Roundies. I'm sure people are going to disagree with a lot of things that we said, but who gives a shit? I'm sure no one is going to disagree with the wrestler of the year. So that's basically it.
The wrestler of the year, they're out of their fucking mind.
Exactly.
And also picking the best match of the year too is just that's a little hard.
I'm sure somebody somewhere is like, what about Jay Lethal?
Somebody somewhere is like, what the hell you put James Ellsworth in the number 4?
In fairness, with Jay Lethal, he dropped a lot after losing the belt to Adam Cole. So,
yeah.
Oh,
wow. But that's basically
did he sign though?
Yes. With Ring of Honor. That's him and Kenny Omega are the two guys that people know about that are not in WWE.
But they're also the guys to watch out for 2017.
Yeah.
Because WWE snatched everybody, so. But that's basically it. Everybody that's listening, thank you very much for listening to the show this year, and everybody have a good new year. Royal Rumble's going to be awesome, that's for sure. So we know that.
I know for sure.
Goldberg will be on Raw next week, just in case.
Yep.
About time. Should.
Yep. So thank you very much for listening. The man who sleeps on the floor cannot possibly fall out of bed. Good night.
What that mouth do?